and still shaking it. Did you see what we did on Wednesday? We shook the world and still shaking it. The energy you all applied and still applying is unmatchable. The energy is united. The energy knows no tribe, no religion, no gender. The energy is coming from the north, from the south, from the east, and the west, and indeed the whole world. Once again, the energy is united. We're everywhere. We're on TV stations, we're on radio stations, we're on newspapers, we're on blogs, internet, YouTube, committees, WhatsApp groups, we're in churches, we're in the hood, we're in the streets. We are on the lips of everyone. We are everywhere. Oh yes. The energy is unparalleled. My dear Nigerians, we can make use of this energy positively. I cannot do this alone. We cannot do this alone. We need you. I need you. Nigerian. Nigeria needs you. Yes. My fellow Nigerians, please, I appeal to you. Buy me the presidential form, and together we will take back our country and fix it. Yes. My name is Yul Edochie, and I'm running for President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, 2023. Thank you, and God bless Nigeria. God bless Africa, and God bless the world. Thank
Hey guys, you're welcome. I'm trying so hard to be serious. I'm trying so hard to God. Okay, let me first of all officially welcome all of you back to my YouTube channel. You're welcome back. My name is Glory Elijah. This is Frankly Speaking with Glory. I am the girl with the T, all right? This is not strange. On here, we do this every Saturday, 3 p.m. WAT. And I want to especially thank all of you for taking out time off your busy schedules to join me. I'm sorry, I'm just seriously trying to figure this out because I'm so used to filming from my studio. But as you all know, I'm currently on a bit of a vacation. So I'm still trying to sort myself out. However, the crux of the matter of this live stream today is not about me. It's about that man that did that video, Yul Edochie. Yes, aka Father of the Year, Husband of the Year, aspiring presidential candidate for this honorable Federal Republic of Nigeria. But then, guys, just as I asked on my thumbnail, president of what exactly? President of what? Anyways, I'm sure that a lot of you out there watching this live stream right now, you have questions, you have answers, you have your own, you have things you want to say. So what we're going to do on here today, we're going to discuss this whole thing. Not because Yul Edochie's marital affairs is my business. It is not my business. It's absolutely not my business. To be very honest, I don't really care what he does with his life. I don't care, to be very honest. And as far as I'm concerned, nobody really has the full story. The only people that have the full story of whatever is going on with Yul and his family is Yul himself and his two wives. They are the only people that have the full story. Any other person that wants to come on and come and say whatever they want to say, to be very honest, I do not think they actually have the full gist. So I'm not even going to stress myself going into the details of that because, hey, I don't have the full details. I don't know what's going on with that man. However, what I'm pretty much concerned about is, sorry guys, 1 second. What I'm really concerned about is what I saw. This is video. He released this video about, I think, is it 3 hours ago? Yes, he released this video 3 hours ago. So when I saw that video, the first thing that came to my mind was, is this guy a joke or what? what exactly is going on? What exactly is he doing? Right? Is this whole thing a stunt? Is this whole thing a media stunt? Because to be very honest, this is not the first time that a public figure, a celebrity in Nigeria, would put out their family business out there just so that they will get clout, just so that they will get a lot of attention, just so that they will go public. You know, some of them whose career is already dying, most of them they are fond of just putting out something controversial, you know, just putting out something that will go scandalous so that the Nigerian internet users will give them priority. We'll talk about them for a long time, right? Just so that they just get that publicity that they want. And currently, what this man is doing on his Instagram page is he is now running adverts on his page. Yes, because since on Wednesday, as he clearly indicated in that video, he has been getting a lot of attention. He has been getting a lot of publicity. He's the talk of the town. People are talking about him. Whatever has happened between him and his wife or wives, it's very, very scandalous, guys. Very, very scandalous. So he's the center of attention at the moment. And the fact that he's being celebrated as well. People are actually celebrating him. People are excited. People are giving him accolades that, oh, Naman, you be. Odogu na man you be, as a proper Igbo man, you should be able to man up and take up the challenges of raising two families at the same time. Odogu, you were able to marry another woman, keep your child there, publicly defend, blah, blah, blah. A lot of people are actually seeing this man as an example already. People are seeing him as an icon already. So he is currently thriving on that. He's enjoying the waves of traffic that he is getting. He's making money off it already. Yes. But then now, the question, as I asked on my thumbnail, is president of what? Can such an individual stand and qualify as the president of Nigeria? Or the president of what? Should I say disgraceful Nigerian men? Or disgraceful men in general? What exactly should we tag this man as now? But before I continue, let me just quickly say hello to all of you amazing people. As I said at the start of this conversation, I want to especially thank all of you for taking out this time to join this conversation. Thank you all so much. I understand that today is a weekend and it's not easy for all of you to just drop whatever you're doing to join this conversation. So let me start by giving out a shout out to Rebecca's Kitchen, Trisha's Stores, love it. Indi Mume, JP, Kumfa, Barry, Yvonne, NBN Network, Abidemi, Chika Atako. Thank you all so much for joining this conversation today. Chioma Godwin, thanks for joining. Agnes, thanks for joining. Alvin, Tim, Lucia, thanks for joining. Jessica Roberts, thanks for joining. Precious Amu, Kuro, thanks for joining. Igwe, thanks for joining. And to every single one of you who I have not mentioned your name, thanks for joining. So what I'm going to do right now is I am going to just quickly share the link to this conversation, all right? We're just going to touch up briefly on why Yul Edochie is actually trending at the moment. Yes, he's still trending. We're going to talk about some of the other things, receipts and whatever has come up over time since on Wednesday till now, and basically just also analyze that annoying video that he actually released, because to be very honest guys, that video is very, very annoying. So the link to this conversation right now is in the comment section. If you are very eager, if you cannot wait to share your own opinion with me, just click on it right now and then let's continue the conversation. So how did this whole thing start? By the way, let me even give accolades to that blogger, Gist Lover. I usually don't do this, but I think I have to do this now. I want to give accolades to Gist Lover. To be very honest, since that person started blogging, oh my God, everybody has become Shalaye FC. Everybody has become a giver of explanation. Everybody has become, I don't know how to put it, but it just seems like every single person in the society now, yeah, whether they are a celebrity or not, they are now having to explain themselves to all and sundry, to people that care to listen and people that don't care to listen. And it's quite interesting. You know, I don't know how many of you have seen Bridgerton. Yes, if you've seen the series on Netflix, Bridgerton, then just see Gislova as another Lady Whistledown. Yes, Lady Whistledown is that person that exposes all the secrets, all the scandals of the town, of the society, right? So that is exactly what Gislova is doing now. And the intriguing thing about that particular blog is that you see that gist, that you think nobody can actually find. Gist always has a way of unraveling and exposing that kind of gist. And this person is so fearless that he or she, because honestly, I don't even know the gender behind that blog, but whoever that person has successfully exposed even the most powerful and untouchable people in this society. And there's more to come. So at the moment, Gist is doing the Lord's work. And I am very, very happy. I'm very, very proud of Gist Lover. But it's not about Gist Lover today. How did Yul Edochie begin to trend? That was how he started trending, from Gist Lover's blog. So according to this blogger, he or she had actually notified Yul's first wife that, hey, see what's going on. Your husband has actually gone ahead to pay the bride price of another woman, has even married the woman traditionally. I think what's actually left is the white wedding. But the first wife did not take it serious, of course, because, hey, such an allegation is actually very, very heavy, right? I mean, this is someone that this woman has been married to for over 16 years. I think they have 3 kids or 4. I don't know, but I think the oldest is over 16. Yes, we're talking about a solid family here. So this woman probably did not take it serious. And then this lover was already about to expose the man. And so in order to not be thrown to the slums, by this lover, this man decided to, by his own hands, expose himself. And that was how he came and introduced to the whole netizens of Nigeria, or wherever is following him on his page, that, oh, it's high time for the world to actually see and meet his son as birthed by his wife. Yeah, his wife, not even his side chick, but his wife. And guess what, guys? This particular woman in question is also a colleague. Yes, in Nollywood, not the Nollywood on Netflix, but the other kind of Nollywood where they constantly produce movies like that. So it's actually very, very messy, because this man and this particular woman, they've actually starred in a lot of movies together. They've worked in a lot of projects together. So the question is, how did they even start? When did they even have the traditional marriage happen? When did they even pay the bride price? When all of these things were happening, where was the wife? And another intriguing thing about this story is, it could be possible that this man has his friends coming over the house. His first wife, May, she's been probably playing the perfect host, wife of you, cooking for them, giving them good meals to eat. They come to the house and they keep on hyping that, oh, our wife. And that thing is very, very typical in Nigeria, and it's very, very disgusting. When you're either dating a man or you're married to the man's family members, his friends, they will come to the house and they'll be hyping you, the wife. Our wife. You're unbeatable. Nobody comes close to you. It is only you, our wife, that can take care of our son, our brother. So I was just imagining that, wow, these guys' friends and family members and his work colleagues, business partners, they possibly must have been hyping this woman over and over again, making her feel on top of the world, making her feel like, oh, aside you, there is none other, And then in her mind, she's in a peaceful marriage and everything is going on well and good. And then only for us to come and hear that this man has actually paid bride price. Now, the thing is, I don't know if this was an agreement between Yul Edochie and his first wife, because as I said at the start of this video, nobody has the full gist. No matter how much we want to analyze these people's scandal today till next year, we will never find out the truth 100%. Yes. What was the woman's reaction? May God judge both of you. Now, if you look at that statement that she made, just that one line statement that she made, it could be that she actually has an idea, or she's probably been aware that, okay, there's probably something going on between her husband and that lady in question, and the husband that probably denied it over and over again. Or it could be that the husband that probably discussed it with her, telling her that, oh, I'm going to eventually married this woman anyways. And she probably thought that the husband was bluffing, or the husband was probably threatening to settle down with the woman. And then voila, boom, the thing had already resulted in a child already. And the baby is so cute, guys. That's another thing that's even pissing me off. The baby is so cute. And hey, for those people that are dragging the baby, it's not fair. That child is actually innocent. The people that they should be dragging is actually nobody, because nobody actually knows the full details, the full gist. Yes. But as I will still refer back to that video, it's that video that's actually my real concern. Yes. Okay, guys, 1 second. The phone is ringing here. Just give me a second. Hello? 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 Can these people allow me to do what I'm doing? Sorry about that, guys. I told you all I'm not in my house. I'm in a place where I'm trying to rest. And to be very honest, I don't know who could be calling at this point in time. Anyways, as I was saying, my major concern is the video he released today, talking about, look at what we did. We pulled crowd, we pulled traffic. Like, this man is actually very, very excited, and he's so proud of himself. And I'm wondering, like, okay, this is actually a grown man. And guys, I'm not even really sure, but his father is actually Peter Edochie, if I'm not wrong, the legendary Nollywood actor, the veteran Nollywood actor. And guys, I don't know, this whole thing is just so messy. It's very, very messy and chaotic. The guy is so proud of himself. He's happy with what he has done. And again, that post he did about his wife, where he posted the picture of his first wife on his page, on his Instagram page. What did he even say? He said, my first, the unbeatable. Guys, that was very disgusting. I felt like he was actually making a mockery of the woman. That was very disgusting. Because I just felt like you've actually caused this woman a lot of disgrace. You've actually hurt this woman's pride. You've actually exposed this woman negatively. You've exposed her negatively. So what's the point of actually trying to play the good husband by putting up that post, putting her on your page and calling her the unbeatable? Celebrate. What are you celebrating? I don't understand. I mean, that man is so shameless. He's so shameless that I saw that post. I was just so disgusted. What do you want the woman to do? You want to console her that, even though I married 2 more wives, you are still the number one. And it's making me wonder, that is it that all those Nollywood movies that Yul Edochie has been acting, could it be that it has actually messed up with his head, that he feels like, okay, if I can do this on set in a movie, I can actually do this in real life. Oh, let me test it, let me practicalize it and see if it's actually going to work out. And it did, and it worked out for him. Guys, that's very, very ridiculous. Very, very ridiculous. Let me go ahead and read some of your comments. Dupe Omiwade said the guy has no respect for humans. He is not fit to lead. Exactly. Like, I completely agree with 100% Dupe. Molayemi says, where did you get your hair? I got my hair from a random vendor. I'm going to look for the person's name and number. When I get it, I'll put it on my community tab. I'll be getting 1 million questions about this hair. But thank you anyways. Indu Ume said they have 4 kids, a girl and 3 boys. Is that not enough? I don't understand. What else is he looking for? And it's not even an excuse of, I'm looking for a boy child, so let me go and marry another woman to give me a boy child. According to this person, this man has 3 boys. I know that in the Nigerian African culture, or the traditional African culture rather, when a man has a lot of girls and does not have a boy, there's going to be family pressure for the man to marry another woman that will give him a male heir, that will carry on the family names, because it is a belief over here that when a man has a lot of girls, the girls are going to marry into another family, and so they might not be able to further carry the lineage of their father. So it is very, very imperative in the traditional African culture that a man has a son or sons, preferably sons than daughters. Yes, there's still that crazy gender bias, no matter how schooled and woke it seems like this society is now. It's not 100% woke. There's still that gender bias when it comes to children and even adults as well. So I was wondering, like, what exactly was this man looking for again? Let me see your questions. Okay, Madu is saying, is polygamy actually a crime? To be very honest, I don't think polygamy is a crime because it's part of our African culture. I was born knowing that polygamy exists. Yes, so I do not have that authority or the audacity to declare that polygamy is a crime. I do not even think that it's a crime. For me, it is a crime when the two parties involved, that's the couple, did not have that conversation. It is a crime when either of the couple, either the male or the female, just goes ahead and marries somebody else. It's a crime, and I think it's actually illegal as well. So that is when it becomes a crime. But then when it's an agreement, right? A man marries a woman and they have that conversation that, okay, oh, my dear, whoever, whatever you call your spouse, I want to get married to somebody, to someone else, right? You have that conversation. There's an agreement, and you go ahead and do it, and everybody is happy. Everybody is at peace. I think that is when it actually does make sense. Yes, as a matter of fact, I think I've actually heard of and seen relationships, not even marriage relationships, and I'm talking about dating relationships, where the boy is actually dating a girl and his friend, and they all have an agreement about it, and they're all living happily, just doing their thing happily. I think anything, any relationship, any connection where there is an agreement, I do not see any problem with such a connection. But in any relationship where there is no agreement, and then the other spouse just thinks that they can just wake up one morning and do whatever they want to do, that is actually abuse. That's infringing on that person's rights to happiness. Yes, you are abusing that person's psyche, that person's mind, everything about that person. It's an abuse. It's illegal. Yes. So I do not think polygamy is a crime if there's an agreement. Yeah. Hayford said, a disgrace to men. My problem was the audacity of the public announcement. He could have kept it on the low like it was already. It's obvious that guy thinks he's in a movie. Exactly. Like, it's as if he's living in a mirage. It's like he's living on a movie, still in a movie set. Like, he has not woken up. All those movies he has been acting, it's as if it's completely messed up with his mind. And I feel like it's such a disgraceful thing more because of who his father is. His father is such an icon. His father is that one person that a lot of Nigerians respect by virtue of the kind of legacy he has been able to build over time, not just in Nollywood, but generally as an individual. So I just feel like the guy riding on all of this mess now, giving himself a pat on the back is such a very, very disgusting act. Another thing that is actually messing up with my mind is the amount of so-called celebrities, public figures shit in the mud. I'm sorry to use those words, but those celebrities that are celebrating him, if you go on this man's page and you check his comment section, you see the amount of so-called nonsensical rubbish oloshiburuku celebrities that are celebrating this man. They are telling me, Odogu, you bad, you do this. I'm like, these people are actually mad. And I say that they are mad, respectively mad, because when there are other scandals, yes, that pops up on the internet now, you see that these are the same people that are very, very hasty to go and start dropping their own stupid, disgusting opinion. But now, because this one is coming from one of them, their colleague, who they possibly do business together, who possibly gives them connection, who they possibly exchange contacts and relations together. See the way they are celebrating this man, guys. These people are celebrating this man. There is even one that during the NSAS protest, that one was seriously castigating the government, blasting the government. This one was seriously celebrating the man, say, my brother, those people, they are toxic. Anybody that is dragging you is toxic. Anybody that is saying that you are blah, blah, blah is toxic. I say, look at your mouth. As if you just opened the dictionary this morning and learned the word toxic. You don't even know how to use toxic anymore. I mean, these so-called hungry, dead career celebrities, they are just basically celebrating this man. I mean, guys, see, this Nigerian society is so messed up. And that's why when we had that conversation about the Chrisland girl, what did we talk about? We said that the society is messed up. And it's messed up partially, aside all other indices involved. It's actually messed up because in this part of the world, people actually shamelessly celebrate people and things, events, activities that should not be celebrated. You see something like this happening now, it's not good to actually take it serious. And better still, in fact, if you have nothing to say, if you don't even know what even caused the whole problem, if you don't even have full details of the actual gist, just shut up and revive your dead career. Or just shut up and build your career and do whatever you want to do to make your life move, other than just coming out to come and show some shameless support. Oh, and you see, this thing is very, very typical with most of these people that are actually celebrating people like Yul Edochie. They are doing so that when they also do their own scandal, when they also commit their own, societal offense, let me call it societal offense because, hey, we have societal juries all around the internet. Yes. So when they commit their own and their own shit makes it to the internet, it is still the same people like Yul Edochie that will come and write long shalaye episodes to come and also celebrate them and support them and say that, oh, he who has no sin should cast the first stone. Sometimes I wish that the way these people use the Bible scriptures, God will just be sending thunder to be firing their tongue and their fingers the way they use it, because it is such a huge disgrace. Guys, I am so pissed. I'm so pissed. Let me see some of your comments. Yvonne said it's very aching. I can imagine what the first wife is going through. Truly, you can never know who you are living with till you die. Exactly. People will always shock you. Exactly. Dipper said, who are the family members who followed him to pay bride price? They are all very unfair to the wife and children. And that's the thing. That's the thing. And Yul Edochie is actually not even the first person that has actually done it. There's this story I saw on Twitter, still this very same week. I think I saw that story on Monday. This woman, she's been married to her husband, I think, for the past 30 years or maybe 25 years, but they've been married for a long time. They have kids. So this woman and this man, they started when they had absolutely nothing. And then the man started working with, I think, a government oil company or so. And he had worked for them for 30 years and he was about to retire. So they paid him is it gratuity? They paid him his gratuity and they paid him all of his remunerations and everything. Guess what? This man and the wife, they went home. The wife asked the man, what are you going to do with the money they paid you? The man did not say anything. He said he wants to think about it. It was the very next day or that very week, according to the story I read, that the man and some of his family members, in fact, his family members, his very close friends, his relations, all of them gathered in their house. And the woman was surprised. And what's going on? Did somebody die? Why is everybody assembled in my house today? That was when they opened their mouth and told the woman that is it 5 years ago or is it 3 years ago that the man married another woman? He paid bride price for the woman, and the woman has a child for him or kids. And so now that he has received this gratuity, and the woman said he wants the man to build a house for her, that the woman wants him to buy a land and build a house. So that gratuity he received, that money is what he wants to use to build a house for the woman. Guys, crazy. Absolutely crazy. Absolutely crazy. I mean, I saw that story and I told myself, God, this cannot be real. This should be a prank. This cannot be real. It should be a prank because it makes no absolute sense. But what really caught my attention from that story is the fact that it was the same family members that gathered to go and pay bride price. According to this woman, how she wrote the story, she said these same people, they are people that come to her house almost day or every weekend. They come, she goes into the kitchen, she slaves, she cooks for them as if she's planning a family meeting party. And then she cooks, they eat, and then they are hailing her, they're giving her pats on the back, they're telling her, well done, our wife. If not for you, our brother would have died. But those were the same people that gathered themselves like criminals to go and pay bride price elsewhere. And then they followed the man home that day to come and appeal to the woman that she should please allow the husband, or like not like they even needed her permission, but they were just telling her that she should calm down, that it is something that the man has to do for the other woman. She needs a house, she needs her own land. That was when I knew that there are a lot of family members, they don't deserve to enter into the marital homes of some people. Honestly, that's why when I heard that story, I just told myself, now I understand why some women, when they marry into a family, after the wedding, the traditional marriage, naming ceremony, they lock their doors and they ban any other family member from the man's family, from the man's side, from coming to their homes. It is because of issues like this. I'm not in support of people who do that, but now when you think about it and you see the evil that some people do, some family members, some friends, some close associates, now you understand why some women go out of their way to want to seclude their marriage, their families from those so-called people. Because the heart of man is very wicked. Trust me, you don't know and you will never know what lies in the heart of man. It's very, very painful for such a thing to happen. Let me read some of your comments. Let me see. Okay, there's some comments here. Okay. Tim said people are saying that Yul wife snatched him from his ex-girlfriend. Karma don't show. Okay. That's why I said we will never know the actual details of these gists, to be very honest. Lovett said, no mind that foolish Sam. Emmanuel, now wow. Dupe said, no, Alvin, she must not divorce him. She will give them free ticket to their mess. Oh well. Jessica Robert said, not sure if he is acting on his ego and pride or if this is all a prank. No remorse, a leader who cannot show remorse or attempt to fix the problem and is a red flag. Definitely not leadership material. And you see, this also brings back the question of, is this man actually pulling up a stunt? Is this a prank? Is this a prank? Because there was actually a post he dropped on his page. Let me read out that post. I'm sorry, I don't have that post on here. I would have put it on the screen. Let me just go ahead and read it. I'm talking about this post. If you see it on his page. So he said, so I fit break internet like this. So I can get over 60k comments on one post. But at the act film, they give on our Hollywood performances. Since una no send me. Best voice, una no send me. I ran for governor, una no send me. I've been a strong voice for the people, been an activist. I do end SARS, una no send me. I won't run for president, una no still send me. But now this one scatter internet. Now this one come make una send me finally. Now what for now? So when I saw this particular post, I was wondering too that could it be that this is a prank? Yes, because after all the drama, left, right, and center, the post that he uploaded, I think about 3 hours ago, 4 hours ago, he was now giving that ridiculous speech, fellow Nigerians, blah, blah, blah. We did it. And I'm thinking that, okay, fine. If actually he's doing all of these things to actually draw traffic, to draw attention to himself, to further enhance public knowledge of his presidential ambitions, his aspirations to become president of Nigeria in 2023. Is this actually the best way to go about it? Is this the right way to go about it? In my opinion, if this is all a prank, if this is all a ploy to get Nigerians' attention, in my opinion, it's actually a very, very rubbish, nonsensical move. Trust me, it's a very, very rubbish move. I get it. I'm even trying to understand his own line of reasoning. Nigerians love scandal. I mean, hey, here we are, we're talking about it, right? So if it is not overly scandalous like that, it wouldn't have actually drawn my attention, your attention. So we're actually talking about it. So yes, I mean, he actually got the traffic he wants, but then, guys, this is very, very negative. And the truth is, there are a lot of people that have already taken this story very personal. There are a lot of people that have swallowed this whole scandal hook, line, and sinker. And to be very honest, at this point in time, they no longer care if it is truth or not. They don't care if he's just pulling a stunt or not. For them, You have hurt your wife. As long as your wife and your kids are concerned, you've disgraced them. Blah blah blah. So a lot of people have taken it personal. So imagine this kind of human being coming out tomorrow to come and say, "Oh, vote for me. I'm going to give you good road, good food, and everything." I'm sorry, but you see that presidential candidate that people are saying that don't vote for him is about to drop and die. People would rather vote for that person than actually this man. Yes, because he just exposed his family. Already, people are Googling his wife, people are Googling his kids, people are Googling this new wife, people are dragging the new wife and the child. It's disgusting. There were comments I saw yesterday on social media, people insulting the new wife that, oh, so the man's wife has been trying to lose weight for the man. Meanwhile, the new woman he went to go and marry is actually overweight. I mean, this is so much negativity, guys. It's so much negative energy. So the video he put out today, he's probably coming out to come and say that, oh, and this is probably the reason why I do. I want you to vote for me. It's rubbish. It's rubbish. Yeah, it's rubbish. Let me just go ahead and drop the link in the comment section of this conversation. If you want to join this conversation, guys, the link is in the comment section. Just click on it and I'll add you on right now. Let's have a proper conversation about this. So we have NBN Network. Hi. Hello.
Good evening.
Hi, good evening. How are
Good
you?
evening, sir. I'm
Can you hear
fine.
me?
I can hear you. I can hear you.
All right.
Can
So
you
what
hear?
do you think about all this fiasco? What do you think about this whole drama?
For me, what I'm going to say is this: that actually, from the beginning of the story, what I have had so far from one of the YouTubers, although it just came in like 3 or 4 days ago, and according according to her, she said that what actually happened is this: that
Hello.
Yuli Edochie and Pet Edochie, they are like cat and rat. They don't agree for that. So it's like the father told him to do what he said so that the family will like cover up everything. But I don't know actually why. But for me, how Igbos does their is their own marriages. They have to marry 2 or 3 wives. That is if the first wife didn't have the son and the second wife didn't have any son. So
Okay, but it's actually, I don't know. Okay, let me not even say anything because I'm not Igbo, right? Let me not say anything. Okay, so let's allow
um,
Ifeanyi. Hi, Ifeanyi.
Hi, hello, Glory.
Good afternoon. Thanks for joining.
Yeah, finally I get to talk to you. I'm actually joining you from Bristol.
Oh,
Yeah,
nice. You're welcome.
yeah, been following you for a while, and it's nice to meet you.
Thank you so much for joining. Thanks for
Yeah,
joining. Okay, so you
yeah.
are Igbo, obviously, and NBN just made a comment that Igbos are expected to marry more than one wife. Is that true?
I don't think. I think that is. I would say in the ancient days and ancient times. Times have changed now. People are a little bit more civilized in terms of when
I
it
think
comes
I
to
think your
marriage.
daughter wants to be free.
Hello,
I think
Mama.
your daughter wants to be
Say
free.
hi.
Hi.
Say hi.
Thanks for joining us.
Yeah.
I think she wants you to free her so that she can go and have her own fun.
No, she actually wanted me to carry her. If I drop her now, she's gonna like, you know.
All right.
Yeah. So
Please
what I was
go.
trying to say is, now what I, as an Igbo man, the recent Igbo man is someone who wants to portray that kind of one man, one woman kind of situation in a family. You know, back in the days, yeah, our grandfathers, great grandfathers would want to like have multiple wives, but things have changed over time right now. People don't really, you know, people will rather have a side chick and still have their wife to be with them as their official wife, but you know, try to play down on all the drama of having a polygamous home and all that. So I'm not gonna say it's an Igbo man thing. No, I'm not gonna say it's an Igbo man thing because times have changed. A lot of things have evolved and all that. But coming to the whole your situation, it's quite unfortunate. In fact, I was very shocked when I saw the post coming up, people talking about it and all that. And I felt it was a prank.
Mm.
To be fair, I was like, this is too shocking to be real. I feel this is kind of like a publicity stunt. This is a prank. But is this a positive prank or a negative one? The prank doesn't just make any sense with the whole political ambition, trying to run for presidency and all that and all that. It's just like all messed up right now for him. That card is the wrong move. If it was all indebted to us, drawing attention, talking about I could garner 60,000 comments, I could do this, you guys gave me attention because of this, but when I did this, nobody gave me attention. That's no justification. You understand? Politics in Nigeria is a different, it's not a game for children, it's not a game for babies. So this is a wrong move for y'all, and I think it's gonna sink this whole presidential ambition thing. That's just the way I say it. It's gonna sink it.
I actually
Yeah.
agree with you that it's a very, very messy and chaotic prank. And I
Yeah.
think he still hasn't realized the mistake he has made because when that thing started on Wednesday, then I think on Thursday, the lady in question, is it Judith that's her name, the second wife, she
Yeah.
released a video and she was
Judy
shouting that
Austin.
hey, she just delivered a baby. She just had a baby,
Yeah.
that this baby is for her husband. She was kind of refuting everything. So it
Yeah.
kind of puts more confusion because
Yeah.
nobody is even actually sure who is lying now, who is
Now
lying,
the
who is
the
telling the
the
truth.
thing is this is a very simple situation. For me, it's not ambiguous at all. May that's yours first wife is the only one who can now come out and say you're playing reverse psychology on me, you're trying to do this or do that, but she's only made one comment to the best of my knowledge, which she said the comment about God is going to judge both of you. But
Mm,
if this is like a situation whereby y'all is trying to fool everyone, then she
mm,
has a lot of role to play right now to come out and speak up and say, please don't let my husband fool you guys. This
yeah.
is actually real. This is not a prank. So
Mm,
until she's able to come out to say that,
Which is true.
until proven otherwise, we would only assume now that this is a prank. So if she's
right.
not able to come out to speak up to say, y'all is playing on you guys' intelligence, is playing on your psychology, don't listen to him, all that and all that, and until she's able to do that, then we are all lost. But
Honestly.
for me, whether she's debunking anything or not debunking anything, if you sat down with a group of friends to come up to say, I want to trend for my presidential ambition and all, this is the dumbest idea one would ever come up with.
When I mentioned that, if you check all the posts following from Wednesday on the stage, on Twitter,
Yeah.
Instagram, celebrities that have been going to call him Odogu, you're a man. I feel like that's exactly what they are doing. They're trying to fuel it. And the funny thing is, most of them as well, they're also trying to ride on the traffic. Already, one of them is already advertising his business that's happening this weekend. There's
Mm,
another one that's already advertising the other thing. The guy is already making money off it. And I'm like, do you
mm.
actually think that Nigerians are fools? Or we are stupid? Or do you understand? And I feel like it's very
Yeah.
disrespectful. Playing on the intelligence of people like that, thinking that at the end of it all, you will now come out and say, oh, it's a prank, and then vote
Yeah.
for me, and who will now vote for you? So you become president and make a joke
It
out
doesn't
of the
seem
whole
well.
thing.
It doesn't because to be fair, this whole situation has caused problems in some families already.
Of course.
Some
For
women
sure.
took it
For
very
sure.
personal, attacking their husbands like you men are scum, men are these, men can be sheep in wolves clothing, all
Yeah.
that. I've been in a couple of group chats where some guys are like, man, my wife is saying this to me. My wife, I've been explaining myself all, and I'm like, what's happening? You understand? So he put tension in people's homes.
It's a trigger. It's a negative trigger.
Yeah,
It's
it
a
is.
negative
It
trigger.
is. Yeah, it's a very, very negative one. So it's quite unfortunate. And unfortunately, with all the whole thing we've been advocating for, we want the younger people to take charge. I keep saying it. It's not about giving the younger people the opportunity to assume political positions. You have to be mature minded. If
Exactly.
you're young and not matured, then that's like, I don't know what it will be. You understand? You have to be mature enough to lead, to be a leader. You need to be wise. You need to have wisdom, and that wisdom doesn't just come. It comes from God. You
This
understand? We had people. There are people who have been young as kings in the Bible. We had David. We had Solomon. You understand? But they had some level of wisdom. So it's not just about give us power, give us power. The youths, we want power. We want to, okay, you old men, you guys have done enough. Can we even manage Nigeria as young people? This is just an example of what it could be. Look, just look at it. Now the old men will be like, look at them now. They think they can manage Nigeria. Just look at what this one has done.
That's
It,
it.
it's
That's it.
embarrassing. It's not a good reflection on the image of the youths who are saying not too young to run, not too young
Exactly.
to run. So it's like he's literally shot the youth on the
Yeah.
foot. Yeah,
Thank you. Let me
gives a
allow
very
Yvonne
wrong
to speak.
representation. Yeah.
Yeah. Hi, Yvonne.
Hello, Glory. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Thanks for joining.
Yeah, I'm joining all of you from Cameroon.
Oh,
It's a
Wow.
pleasure
nice.
being on this platform.
You're welcome. Let me ask you directly, as a woman
Okay.
who is, are you married?
No, I'm
Are you,
single.
oh, okay. I need, okay, for those of you watching, I need a woman that's married, that has kids, to come on here and speak. I want to know how you feel. I want to hear from a married female perspective. But you now, as a single woman, how do you feel? Because obviously, there's also been a lot of bashing to us single women, that, oh, single
Yeah.
women like us, we cannot be colleagues to married men in the workplace innocently. We cannot have a platonic relationship with married men in a work environment because we are like a danger to their marriage. How do you feel? Have you received that kind of vibe ever since something
Yeah.
like this has come up?
Yeah. Like one, I'm a teacher, and where I work, all of my colleagues are married.
my boss is married, like I'm single, but at times they look at me as a threat to them. But what I have to say is this: it all depends on your self-discipline and your principles. As a lady, if you're a single one, what easily kills us is the issue of being dependent on people, where we now have this negativity coming on us. If you are single and you're dependent, you're able to fend for yourself. I don't see why you depend on a married man. First of all, ask yourself, I'm going after somebody's husband, and tomorrow if I'm married, this should happen to me. How would I feel? How is that person back in the house feel? So some of these lashes coming from married women, they equally have reasons, because the youth, most of us today, girls, are very desperate at our behaviors, that we tend to like, how can I put this? A lot of competition among ourselves. We want to wear fashionable things. We want to like live in expensive places, something you can't afford, but you.
Oh no, what just happened? Oh my God. Yvonne, if you can come back, please come back. Please come back. Oh my God. Yeah. Okay, I'm trying to unmute Ifeanyi. Ifeanyi, can you unmute yourself?
Yeah.
Oh yes, 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 yes. You
Yeah.
mentioned something very interesting, and that was exactly what I was asking Yvonne, about, you that you're married, you on your groups with your friends, you've talked about the impact this kind of conversation is already having directly on you people as men.
Impact. Yeah.
Exactly. Because
Mm.
when I say it's a trigger, this is what I mean. You
Yeah.
see, all these scandals that come up once in a while on social media, because it's actually human beings that consume such information. When
Yeah.
people see such, they are triggered. They begin to think of a lot of things. The
Exactly.
women who are married, they'll start looking at their husband in a different
Right.
way.
Yeah.
Even though they trust, they will start questioning that, this your office you are going to, do you have an office wife? This your
Exactly.
business. Do you get? So
Yeah.
there's all, and it's not something that will last for a long time. But you see that temporary negativity, that
PVC. Yeah.
toxicity that will spread.
Yeah.
It's a very bad one. And this is someone that is coming out now to come and talk about presidential aspirations. It's
Aspirations. Yeah.
ridiculous. Is this what you're going to be doing to your citizens when you become president? You gaslight them, you trigger them, you make
Yeah.
them look stupid, and then you recall back and say,
Yeah.
"Oh, you need attention." It's like a child that wants attention. You flog yourself on the ground, you're crying.
I start
That's
crying and
what
shouting.
you do.
It's childish.
Yeah,
It's a childish move. It's a very. It's a very. For once, to be fair, I didn't thought. Well, like I'm still indifferent about the whole situation. It's
yeah,
between. It's either it's a prank or it's real. You
yeah.
understand? But either ways, we're looking at it from the real
Mm.
perspective. Like when the stories came out and they were saying you're taking a second wife and all, and people were bashing him, not really knowing. Like I was like, I think we need to wait first to actually know what happened in the marriage, because we don't know the reasons why he's taking a second wife. And I raised some arguments to some people, and I said, even in the Bible, there are so many people who had two wives, who married twice and all that, or even married or had children of their wife's concubine. You understand? Example was Abraham. Sarah gave her maid to Abraham to, like,
And it
because
was
they needed a male
consensual.
child.
It was
It was
consensual.
yes, you understand. Now, a lot of things happen in marriages, and because you're from the outside, you may not really know what's going on, and you
Exactly.
cannot just be so quick to judge and tell
Exactly.
why a man is doing what he's doing or why a woman is doing what she's doing. You understand?
Exactly.
We live in a society in Nigeria whereby we try to, because of what people are going to say, let's just parry.
Mm-hmm.
But in later times now, it's beginning to change. People are now like a little bit more European lifestyle. If I don't like this, I'm going to walk away. If I don't like this, I'm going to have a baby mama, or I'll have a second wife or
Yeah.
something like that. People want to now like speak up move on, don't let situations really affect their mental health and all that. So the story came out without a clear picture.
Mm-hmm.
Now that we want to get the clear picture, is now changing it again into a different picture that we're now confused. So like I said, until his wife, May Yul Edochie, as she's being called, she's the only one that has the answers to the questions now. If it's actually true that he has a second wife, I think she's still going to speak up. People are going to pressure her to speak up. People will push her button.
In my opinion, if I don't want to be her at this point because it's not fun being her, but if I would advise her, she should allow the man to carry his cross. She should just hold her peace and do what it. Because the truth is, in this kind of society, the woman will talk. There are still those people that will drag the woman. There are still those people that are still very, very archaic in their reasoning. They will say, "Oh, you did not handle your husband well. That is why your husband was able to look outside." There are people that actually living that way, and it's a flawed way of reasoning, right? So let me just pause and allow Abidemi to speak. Hi, Abidemi.
Hi, hello.
You're welcome.
Hi, Gloria. It's so nice to speak with you.
Thank you so much. Thanks for joining.
Yeah,
So,
well,
what are your thoughts on this matter generally?
frankly speaking, I'm very, very scared of men. What else do men want? What else do they want? I don't understand.
Men in
You
general.
can imagine. Yeah, you can imagine 17 years of marriage. You can imagine they've been through thin and thick together. I'm not sure this is a prank. First and foremost, I'm not sure it's a prank. Because I even heard from one YouTuber that you said his wife before they got married is because she got pregnant. That's why she got married to her. she's not her first love or something like that. And that this our new side chick that he called his new wife now, that they've been together for so long. They've been
Can I say
dating
something
while on set.
quickly? I'm sorry, when the woman got pregnant, did she got pregnant 4 times? At that initial stage, did she get pregnant 4 times? Because it's actually, if that is one of his reasons, then I'm sorry, it's a very selfish reason.
Very lame excuse. Very
It's a
lame.
lame excuse. The woman got pregnant and she gave birth once, and then you went ahead and impregnated her 3 more times, and you're still
That's very lame. And even after that, you guys have been together. So it is now that you not thought about it, that you deserve another wife. I don't support that man's action at all. And I'm really feeling the woman pains. I'm feeling her pains. I'm imagining what to be going through her mind right now. The best thing for her is just to keep her cool. She shouldn't say anything for now. She should just be there and be looking at everything, how it's going to turn out to be. That's just my own.
If she has anything to say, I don't even think she should bring it to social media, because to be very honest, the social media law court has never granted anyone justice 100%.
Yes.
There'll always be that category of people that will see an error in even you that is the victim, right? So if his marriage to the new woman is not legal, then I think she can actually take it to court and do whatever she wants to do, because what the man did, if it is not legal, if his marriage to the new wife is not legalized, then I think she actually has a case against him.
Exactly. Yes.
So I don't think she should even come.
I think it's only traditional wedding that you did with this new. So she still have a say. If she wants to drag you, she can still do that. She can. But I'll just have to just keep her cool. She just stay out of social media, because all this online family in-law, it's not easy. I can't even imagine all what she's going through right now, and it's not funny at all. And I'm even sure it's not a plan. That's what he did. It's because of his political ambition. That's why he came out to to address the whole about the issue. And if not because this lover is even on his neck, I'm sure he wouldn't have said anything. He wouldn't have
Yeah.
even speak out at all.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you, Bideni. Let's move on to Dupe Omiwade. Hi, Dupe. Hello, Dupe.
Good
Oh my
afternoon. How you
Dupe,
doing?
Dupe, you have no idea how happy I am to see you after so long. You're welcome back.
Thank you so much.
Wow.
Good afternoon, Glo. Good to see you. Good to see you all. FSWG family.
Mm.
Yeah, even if I'm at the back end, I've been trying to follow, in the little way I could. But this
Yeah.
very topic looks so interesting. And I felt I should put in my 2 cents.
Please go
Number
ahead.
one, I agree with Ifeanyi. If this guy is playing with himself, because this is just a situation of you playing on your own self, if he's playing pranks to get his way through to the political domain, that was a very wrong move. That
Mm.
was so immature. That
Yeah.
was so cheap. He also summarizes what he can be as a leader. He is not fit. This one has told the whole world who on what type of leader he can be. You want to lead from your home. Just forget about the fact that he's even playing on everybody's intelligence. In case he's doing that, you being a leader starts from your home. Whatever you
Exactly.
bring out of your home makes primarily the kind of leader you are. So that was a wrong move. Number two, I also want to believe that if it is true that the guy is a coward, like I wrote in the comment section, the guy is a bloody coward. This lover, I listened to some of why she didn't talk so much. I listened to one of the live shows. I couldn't join them fully, but I listened to a bit of the conversation that was playing between this lover and a group of ladies and a guy. Let me tell you, the guy was smart. He didn't want to be in a mess that Samuel Okoso, I'm sorry to mention him, but we need to refer. He didn't want to be in a mess of extramarital affair, just like Samuel Okoso, found himself. That was why he came up. If you see, that baby is not a newborn. That baby
Yeah.
cannot be less than 3 months. So in other words, what were you thinking for 3 good months, even if it's a mistake? Polygamy, well, whichever way you want to look at it, African culture recognizes polygamy. It's not a big deal. This
Mm-hmm.
lady, if you talk to her that look, something has happened, you saw the way Samuel Kuso's wife managed the whole situation. Everybody kept quiet. But not when you portray to the whole world that the woman is just a piece of irrelevance. It's just somebody you can trash. It's just somebody that means nothing to you. And I also want to say, I stand to be attacked. I also want to say that those hyping of that woman, is it last year or a few months back? He knew what has gone on. It wasn't honest. It wasn't a honest hyping. That guy knew what he was doing behind the scene, and that was why he deceived everybody to that route. So he's one guy who has been toiling with people's psyche to achieve his wicked moves, because I feel this is wicked.
Yeah.
Now, I wrote in the comment section, who are the family members? Who followed? Who are the friends? Did I even say families did not go? Who are the friends who followed him? You don't go all by yourself to pay bride price.
Of course.
Some people followed him. What was playing in their mind? Even if you do not respect your wife, won't you respect those children? You respect your children, for God's sake. If you think your wife it does not worth the respect, but you messed up everybody's sense, and you told your word that this same family and the wife who you saw hyped a few months back, you are only a gambler. That is entirely wrong. Whatever he's doing, honestly, I don't know who his advisor is. It's wrong. Now, to the woman who is my own focus, listen up, women on this call, whether you are married or not, the first thing you want to do to yourself, marriage or not, is to get yourself empowered. That gives you a cushion to absorb any nonsense from any guy.
True.
Whether you are married or not. You do not want to be somebody that will wait on any man to survive. Marriage can be either way. If it's going on well for you, thank God. If it's not going on well, well, there's nothing you can do about it. Your life must move on. And that's why you saw in my own comment as well, I said, she should not give them a cheap marriage. If she should remain in a marriage until the guy offers her divorce. If she goes, this one that has nowhere to belong will just come in. And she'll come in so cheaply. The whole world knows who the real wife is. Forget about the second and the fifth and whatever. Even a king having the queen and the other wives, they know the real content. So for me, if she's empowered, ignore them. There's one key on my own keypad. It is I, ignore, and shine on as a woman. You were living before this guy, you will leave. You will become a threat to this kind of men. When you just can build yourself. Listen to me, I'm not saying it is so easy the way I'm saying it. But don't dwell too much on the bank. Move on as much as you can move on. Become a terror to their conscience. Become a terror to that same man who thinks you are nothing. Face your children, face your God, face your work. Look as beautiful and as happy as you can. He will run back. Don't just leave him. You know, men sometimes they can play a lot. They are not better than children. I see every man like a child. They like to explore. Let them go and explore. They do not want to be in the comfort zone of the wife pampering them, even feeding, fending for the home. Everything she's doing, and this one is just in a bliss, in a peaceful home. They will want to go and look at that problem that they want to cause for them their destiny. Now, another woman is here. I want to believe that he was under a pressure of that lady. If you do not talk, I'm going to blow you out. Some kind of what now? Blackmail. And so because he was trying to avoid blackmail, that was why he came up before everything becomes more messy. And he forgot completely that he is not the only player in this whole relationship. So I am saying, hear me, whole Israel, all ladies on the call. The first thing you want to do for yourself, because that one will give you a cushion. It gives you strength. I'm not saying you will not miss it. It's worse when you pack out. It's worse when you pack out. Now, when you are there with them, you are stuck. They are stuck with you. But when you pack out, I'm telling you, to get another cushion will be so difficult. Just stay there. Even if it is whatever definition you want to call it, let him go and come back. His conscience is what will mess him up. This kind of thing doesn't last. I have 1,001 cases of these intruders. Some of them won't even know the sacrifice that you have put in that relationship to make the man lookable. They will not know that you are actually the brain behind his looks. Sure. They will not know that you are the brain behind even though his business is thriving. By the time you know he messes himself up and you give them chance to deal with themselves, it's not everybody that will be you. You know the worth that you are as a woman. For example, me, it's not every woman that will do what I can do. So if you're a man and trying to mess me up, too bad for your destiny. I won't even see you. So let the man shoot his shot. And my advice for that lady is, it should just sit down, forget about whatever people are suggesting, forget and decide what she should value herself and see what she can do both ways. If I leave, what do I stand to gain? If I stay, what are my options? How do I survive? It's not it. He has to have a notepad to bullet points to be able to manage this terrible situation. So it's not the thing she decides in a hurry. If she explores the fact that she can be in the marriage and just leave the man, when he strays away, he will stray back, I can cope with it. Okay. If she thinks, no, you know what, I can't, I want to pull out. But it's more than this statement too. It is more than I want to get a divorce, I want to pull out. Because 4 kids on the line. 4 kids on the line. So it's worse when she pulls out. I want to say that categorically. That it will be worse if she gets out. Even if she has a job. Even
this is very...
So because I don't want to take much of the time, maybe I'll come back again. I will stop at this point. At this point. So one thing she must guide against is a psychological state, a mental state, a mind state. She should not allow it to drop. When she drops that will be the beginning of the end for her. She will be acting their script. and she'll be in a total mess, and her children will suffer for it. But if she, just try to get off this shock, because this guy is a man. We see ministers, pastors, title owners that have done worse things. What has not happened before, after all? Things have happened. You will not be the first one. It will still happen again. We've also seen in our community people who have pulled out and what they are suffering now, and people who have decided to be a pest in that same marriage with the second wife, and we see what is going on. So I want to say that she should just calm down, allow this wave to pass. I like her comment that she did not even say much. People are looking to hear what you don't owe anybody any explanation. Exactly. I honestly like that maturity. For me, I do. And I won't say more than that if I'm the one. Now, the next phase will be, what is the way forward? And I'm going to get a notepad and bullet things subtopic by subtopic. How am I, if I pull out what goes on, if I remain, what are my options, and whatever suits her, she will do. But let me also add, by as a way of concluding this section, by saying that every woman should expect anything for any soul. As you are seeing this, there's nothing I don't expect from any human being. You can do your worst. God knows I will just look at it 1, 2 weeks, 3 weeks. Too bad, I'm far ahead of you. Maybe because of my work, maybe because I've seen a lot. Because when you get to a psychiatric hospital, it is women you see more. When you get to the medical centers, this is women you see. Blood pressure is just rising for nothing. People are just running mad from nothing. And let me tell you, if you die, people that are making tea for him, consoling him, are the ones that will still marry this man. So every woman should have a bold mind. Take care of your husband. I'm not saying you should not pamper him, nurture your home, do things so that there will be no two of you. But whichever route it goes, too bad. Shock absorber is there. So that will be my beat for this time. I may still come in again so that I can allow other people to talk.
Thank you so much, Dupe. Thank you so much, Dupe. Guys, if you are hearing Dupe speak like this, it's because that is our profession. So thank you so much, Dupe. And Isioma, I must appreciate you for your patience. You're so patient. You're going to speak right now, but I need to quickly chip in something. Dupe, have you ever wondered if the roles were switched? Imagine if it was Yu's wife, that actually went out there, got pregnant for another man, and then she came out and put Yu's picture, my undisputed husband of 17 years, and looking at the way Yu speaks, the way he carries himself on movies, in real life, you see that this man is one that has so much ego. How would he have taken it? Would he have been proud of his wife? Would he have been so excited to say, oh yes, my wife is whom I'm well pleased? How would he have reacted? I'm very sure he would have created a very, very strong motivational speech for men. Oh, men, don't tolerate nonsense from women, blah, blah, blah. And it goes to show the kind of society that we live in. I mean, I checked some of his posts, about 5 of his posts. You see some non-entities that call themselves public figures celebrating this man. One even commented that, oh, Oga, you really did this one well, though. For here in Canada, if we even decide to even try it, they'll collect all our property. I said, no, Oga, let your village people court people do it so that they will deport you back to this Nigeria, so that you go mad since you want to go mad. I mean, it's appalling. And to be very honest, there are people out there that are actually seeing this guy as an example. They are seeing him as that icon of example that, wow, if you can do it, then me too, I can do it. He's a real man. I mean, the mindset of most of these people are so corrupted, so flawed. It's shocking. The things that people can actually pick. And all they are doing is they're just waiting for that one person that will go public with their shamefulness, with their disgraceful act, so that they will now have a reason to justify themselves also doing the same thing. Anyway, let me allow Isioma to speak. Hi, Isioma.
Hi, Glory. Hi.
Yeah.
Hi.
Thanks for joining.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
I'm in Texas, and
thanks for joining.
Oh, thank you. And even though I've been I'm a newly married Nigerian woman, and I've been married for like a year now, but I've known my husband for, I would say, 5 years. Like, we've been together for 5 years, so it's been a long time. And I'm currently expecting my first child, right? So this is very
Wow,
personal.
congrats.
Thank you.
Congrats.
Very personal. Yeah,
Congratulations.
thank you. I When I saw this, first off, I can't understand the disrespect on the wife's part, because I understand that men are, I mean, they can be polygamous by nature. And not all men do. Most men, especially their mindset and the way their mind is wired, they might be polygamous, and they might have side chicks, have flings here and there. But it's one thing to bring it to your wife's face in such a disrespectful way. It's the way she found out for me, and I think that's what prompted her comment on his post, or the girl's, I don't know whose post she commented on. I said God would judge them, because
Yeah.
imagine how she found out. And I kind of like went to the side chicks, or the second wife's page, Instagram page, and I kept going through to see if there was a pattern, and I could see that he has been, she has been behind the scenes. She has been the third wheel in his marriage for all this while, and nobody. I mean, people really catch it on time. She's always posted this man. She's been posting him. In fact, I would say more than his own posting him. She's been commenting under his post. He's been commenting, calling him her excellence.
Yeah.
Saying the whole 9 yards, like calling her, if I'm praising her in Igbo, calling her what's it called? Ezigbo Madu,
I
good.
saw that.
Like, you could see the pattern in this, like
Nah.
in her Instagram post. It was back to back, and that really got me triggered. Like, okay, I get it that you people are actors, actresses. I don't know what the whole thing is in Nollywood, but it kind of looks like everybody there is messy. I mean, not everybody. I don't want to be biased or generalized, but kind of looks like the ones that are messy are really, really messy, and they don't care. They sleep with, people's husbands, people's wives. They don't care. Just keeps going on. Especially those ones that go to that Asaba. I used to stay in Asaba, so I know that's what happens, because I've seen them. Yeah, after shoots, they go to a hotel. It's normal. Like, that's what they do. But I would never have expected that it would come from Yul Edochie, because he carries himself with so much aura and grace. And
Yeah.
I'm not one to kind of like judge people based off of how they, carry themselves. But I will never, for a split second, imagine that this kind of scandal, or bad publicity will come from Yul. And the thing is, I'm on social media right now, on Gossip Millie's page, and I'm seeing that he still has the balls to come out, and he's still talking about everybody, talking about funding his political.
Yeah.
Delusional, like stupid. Like, I don't know.
Something like just to buy presidential phone for him, 100 million naira. That man is mad.
Like, how are you okay? Are you sick? I mean, I don't blame his wife. I don't blame his wife for whatever move she tries to make, but I just really hope that, like Auntie Dupe said, that she stays at home. I don't even care how it goes. She needs to stay there for the sake of her kids and for her own sake. She's been there for how many years? 18 years. She's been with this man. I will not let a street urchin down the street come and, I will sweep you out of my house. That's how it goes. I don't care how, how she decides to navigate this whole thing, because it's really an embarrassment to the wife,
Yeah.
more to the wife than to him, because he's now he's being way too bold, even in the face of all this nonsense. So bold on social media,
The
right?
audacity.
It's the audacity for me. Like, you're talking, spewing trash, and hurting, and you want to come and lead
Itama,
Nigeria.
I have a question for you. I mean, I'm actually happy that you are newly married, and as you said, you're expecting your first. So,
Yeah.
there's this other part of this whole fiasco that says that this man is actually probably pulling a prank in trying to draw attention to his presidential aspiration. So the question is, you now that is just an internet user, you went onto social media and you saw this news. You are newly married. You are still basking in the newness of your marriage. How did it affect you? Did it trigger you? Whether it's a prank, did it trigger you? How are you looking at your husband now? Are you
I,
looking at your husband suspiciously? How?
of course, yes. And I'm going to say this. When people that are saying it's a prank, they should not even, because when I saw it, I never even thought of any prank. It's not a prank. I don't even, okay, me, I'm saying even if it's a prank, it's a foolish one. It's something that I don't get the concept behind it. Okay, even if
This
your
kind of
president,
thing cannot be a prank because that baby is really looking like
you, the baby is
there's
not,
a
it's
child.
not
There's a
involved.
child in the case now.
You get that baby. When I saw it, the first thing I was even at my OB's appointment in the doctor's office. My husband was right next to me, and I had to show him. I'm like, "What do you think about this?" Like, it really got me triggered. I couldn't even wait to
If the marriage was a prank, I agree. But the child
the child
involved,
is a
oh, no,
prank.
no, no, no.
No, I don't believe that. So I don't fall for that. I don't buy it. I had to ask my husband right there in doctor's office, "Hey, what do you think about this?" He knows very well not to answer any type of way because I will pick up on what you're exactly. You know that whatever you're saying, you have to better calculate and think because what you say now, it's either we go left or we go right from here. So
Don't give me my hypertension, no, please.
that's how I feel. That's how I feel. And you know what? All my my hormones are really like I'm on the edge. So anything will cause
Let me
bump.
also ask you. Let me ask you guys. If I thank God that all of you here are women. Dupe, you're there. There's Ifoma. Does it trigger you all now from this Yul story? Yeah, because we know that the second wife in question, she has been his long time colleague in the workplace. So does it make you scared now that if this guy can do this with his colleague, marry her secretly and all that, does it now trigger you that what if your husband doing with
It
the
must,
female
oh,
colleagues in the workplace?
it must.
Does it
I will
make
not lie to
you
you. It must. It must surely trigger me. I'm telling you. Because even if the love is, you can see the love there now. The wife is feeling loved by the husband, but never knowing that the husband can be this kind of beast. I know now. I'm even
Yeah.
scared.
Well,
Our
well,
love is sweet now, but we we don't know what is happening, what's going to happen. You know,
Yeah.
I'm scared. Every
well,
woman is
for
scared now.
me, for
But
me,
Mama, I
for,
want to
for
ask you a
me,
question. There's something you were saying before I came up. Mama,
yeah.
I want to ask you a question, ma.
Wait,
Can
me?
I? No,
Which one?
no,
Yes,
she.
please, go ahead.
Mommy. Okay.
Yes, go
You
ahead.
said that you said she should not leave the marriage, right?
Yes, yeah.
Okay,
She
I
shouldn't.
get I agree with you that she should not leave the marriage. But there was something I was thinking of. What if she been in that marriage, keep seeing the man, to keep having this kind of psychological mental problem, seeing the man every day. When she wakes up, is the man she's seeing. Anywhere she wants to go, is the man she's seeing. It might trigger her to want to choke the man. It might trigger her to want to do something to the man, like hurt him or something. And at the end, she might feel bad about it. So what do you think? I know staying there is good,
See,
but if
in
it's for
this
me, I
kind,
would have, I would have
in
feel
this
maybe
kind
she
of,
should go to somewhere.
see,
Okay,
in
so
this kind
go
of
ahead.
thing, in this kind of situation, the first thing you want to prevent is to hack the script of your potential enemy. Let me use the word for lack of no words to use now. If she goes, look at our environment. Some women who have left on this note. I don't want to mention names, but we have some that are actually very vivid. They had insinuation that their husband is following a mistress, supposed family friend. He comes to the house. This woman will even cook for them,
Yes.
but they end up taking over the home.
That one is even better, sir. But this one, he's married and has given birth outside. And
Yes, but do you know that this guy? But do you know that?
No.
But do you know that this lady is not entirely a stranger to this family? See, these men play around all these so-called ladies that their wives will never suspect. If they are pastors, they will take female pastors and they will be telling you that is the only person that is available. The men are not available. And because the wife will not want the church to scatter, she will believe the word of a pastor.
Exactly.
If they are just ordinary men that are not title owners, maybe in a religious setting, it will be somebody who is either friendly with the children, buying them gifts, doing this, doing that, or so-called associate of the wife. Secretary is even very far.
Yes.
So the wife will definitely not suspect. So whichever way you see it, it is a shock to that woman. But leaving that home is not the solution. That's why I started my point by saying that every woman should strive to have empowerment. That is the number one defense that you have.
Sure.
Yeah.
See, why most of our women get stranded is, and they still think these men are thing or a thing, is because everything revolves around him for your survival. If this is the only thing I'm going to say that everybody will hear me, I'm telling you, it's a fact. I have more than, if I have lists of women. I have people who were complete housewives, even with their master's degrees. And I have some who are even handy women, let me say, tailors, fashion designer. They were able to hold themselves together. See, one of the major things, apart from the fact that this man, trust, is the fact that what is the way forward? How am I going to live? Do I have anything to fall back on? If this guy does not decide to withdraw every of the support, how do I stand? So she should not leave that home for any reason. And on that note, it will be so easy for her to manage him. He's not going to hate him. See, it is a very difficult thing, I'm telling you. There is a way you set fire on a man in the same house. It will be so uncomfortable with you. Exactly. It will become a nuisance in your hand. Give him food, let him go. Welcome. Do you want to eat? If he doesn't eat, carry the food.
But man, what if it's woman that don't have that kind of mind to serve him well?
that is what I'm saying, that you need to deal with yourself first. See, one of the things that hurt women is because this man is seen as their all in all. We were surviving before these guys. We were once single. You were living. See, the case will be too messy for that woman who decide on this kind of thing to leave her marriage. She shouldn't leave. It's obvious that they cheated on her, but she should also make up her mind for Grace to ignore the man. See, you are not seeing the man, you're only seeing somebody living with you. You're not seeing him as anything anymore, other than he's just one of the people living in the house. So if you do not, she has already betrayed your trust, there's nothing else. So that tortures men more. Even when it goes to the second one, let me tell you, there was a journey that you had together that he cannot wish away. There were good moments that he will remember. Everybody has conscience. Let me tell you, everybody has conscience. In his inner closet, he will remember you, and he will ever beat his fingers why he took that stupid decision. So living is out of it. It will be worse. In fact, they will mess her up completely. Our children will be non-entities.
Yeah.
Our focus now should be ourselves, our mind state, our mental state, our health state total. Once she's able to grab that, the others are irrelevancies. Let me ask you a question. If your sibling disappoints you, do you wish the person away? Does it remove the fact that you are stuck with yourself as siblings? You may not talk to yourself for a while, but that does not remove the fact that it's your sibling.
It's true, it's true.
Parents have disappointed children. Does it remove the fact that they are my parents? They are still my parents. You can't have two of them. This is your husband, the husband of your youth for that matter. The journey has been, so don't want to take revenge. By the time you want to take revenge, that is when it will be difficult. Don't take revenge. That once you don't want to take revenge, she has summed them, she summed them up. She said, I hand you over, and whether God will judge the two of you. So that is a summary statement. She should just hold on that statement. I hand you over to God. See, it is what God will not, has not handled that. When God, that same God, decide to fight a battle, oh God, they will be looking for her.
That's right.
And that is what you have seen thus far. The whole world could feel her pain. They could feel her pulse. She should just let it be like that. Keep calm. Talk to reasonable people that will not stir her anger. She shouldn't entertain anger. Anger will solve it.
anger will not solve it.
You know,
She
in
should
all of
focus.
these things, in all of these
But,
things, one thing I'm really
yeah.
hoping for is that there's no domestic violence here,
Yeah.
right? Because
Yes, she shouldn't
that could be
leave.
another angle. I'm really
Yes.
hoping, yes, because two things can make a woman make that statement that Yu's wife made. It could be that on one hand, she has known about the affair and she's scared that the man might beat her up, might do something, and she doesn't want that kind of problem, and then she's choosing silence over this. Or it could be that it's her nature to handle matters in this manner, in a very mature manner. So that's one. Then there's this comment that someone made in the comment section that would our perception of you change if you were a Muslim? I'm going to briefly answer that. We're not talking about this matter because you is the Christian and Muslims have the religious or traditional right to marry more than one wife or more than two women. No. The reason is because Yul is not just a public figure or a Nollywood actor. He is also a political activist. Yul is that one person that anything that happens in the society with regards to leadership, governorship, the president, in fact, all these societal issues that we've been having for years, he's always a voice. He speaks out. He's very, very vocal. He's that one person that you call a moral compass in the society. His father is also regarded as such, and so it's right to say that he inherited that legacy from his father, and he has been doing great. And so nobody expected that someone that a lot of youths look up to, in setting the society right, could have such a ridiculously scandalous thing, going on in his life. And the fact that people are upset about it is because he is coming out with so much audacity to stand on what he is doing and what he has done. There's no remorse. He's not even ashamed of it. He's owning up to it. He's disgracing his wife by putting up some stupid, ridiculous post hailing the woman over rubbish. So it's disgusting. It's like, take for instance now, take someone like Showore. So Showore that is constantly attacking the president, attacking our leaders that are not doing right. So imagine someone like Showore now. Tomorrow morning, you see on news that Showore just received 100 million naira bribe. It's going to make people talk. Because people are going to be angry, like, are you not the same person that's been standing like the voice of the people, fighting against corruption and everything that's happening in the society? So what happened all of a sudden? You are receiving a bribe of, such amount of money. So that is why people are upset. People are not upset because of Yu's religion. No, nobody is angry that, he's a Christian, he did this, or a Muslim. No, people are upset because this is one person that has stood on that moral compass. And he has been doing great at it. Even up until last week, he was still giving his voice to all the madness. Okay, before his own case came up, there was this news that came up that the Minister of Education also is currently on strike. Universities have been on strike for the past 2 months, and in the past 5 years, universities have been going on strike back to back. In a year, universities are on strike for at least 3 months. At least 3 months. Sometimes strike moves up to at least 5 months. So out of the blues, the ASU delegates, how much are they asking for? I heard they are demanding for 100 million. I heard it on radio news that they are demanding for 100 million to fix the educational sector, to pay lecturers that they've been owed salary for many years. But guess what? The Minister of Education, he declared he has bought presidential form. Presidential form is 100 million naira. It is the same amount of money that ASU is looking for to fix the educational situation in this country so that they can go back to work, that the Minister of Education used to go and buy forms. So imagine that kind of thing, and the likes of you, they also commented on it. They also talked about it. So it's like people are looking up to you to help give a voice to such, disgusting things that happen in society. And then here you are meting out the same negativity to your direct family. So when you now come out as a president, it means you will kill everybody that is your family first before you kill us Nigerians. That's simply the message that he's passing with this thing that he has done. So please, I don't want us to bring in religious bias or religious. This is not a religious conversation. This is a conversation about an individual that is held in very, very high esteem in society, and then this is what he did. and he's not
Yes,
right.
you are
So
correct, Glow. Thank you
yeah,
so much, Gloria. I honestly, what I would say to this lady, I'm particular about her and her mental state. She needs
Our mental state.
a good support system. See, the remedy to this is she needs a good support system. She needs professionals who can give her honest opinion. Not see, they're not forcing anything on her. She's going to make informed choices. She needs professionals who are going to create scenarios for her, and she go and think about it and know how to navigate all this mess. But I still stand over and again that living will be worse. If you look at what we have seen in our environment, like I said earlier, look at all the women who left. Did they remember them? They are there now stranded. No man even wants to come around them. They are now gambling with their destiny. This one will say, okay, she's available. Let me go and try. They mess her up. She's stranded again. She starts over. No woman should go on that route. She has 4 children. She's got all she will ever require in that marriage. And then, like I said, if you are yet to marry, know for sure that your husband can be for everybody. I'm not saying you cannot love him. I'm not saying love will not be for all of you, between you both. But know that at any point, the man in him can come out. And such times where the man in a man comes out, you don't want to lose your life for him. If anything happens to her, it's our family members that will lose. It's our children that will become ourselves.
yeah.
I tell you, she has more than enough things to make her, to find strength in all of this. She has grown-up kids. Let you start having children. They will all come after her children. This is a few months, not even 1 year old. She has a 17-year-old girl or child. She has male and female. Even if this is a male, she's got 3 males for that. So this person will always come after her. She will always come behind her. The end will justify the means. But if she doesn't manage this situation well and dwelling on anger, dwelling on I want to retaliate, dwelling on I'm seeing the 2 of them, see, a man that will be adulterous, promiscuous will be. After this one, you will see marry others. So you will see impregnate people. They don't stop when they start. Especially when they think they are people of affluence in the society. They do not stop. So this one that think he's reigning, she has a expiry date. She has a time span.
She's a fat person.
But the fact remains that nobody can. See, our position remains for life, in use family. Our position remains golden. It remains forever. You are the first. You are the first married. You are the one. You are fruitful. Then you have good luck. You are in grace. When you knew him, he was non-entity. Now he's a man that any woman can desire. It's a credit to her. She has good leg, like Africans will say. That should give her joy. We've seen people who will marry men, and in 1-2 years, the man is shut down. Her destiny, he can't even thrive. But she has credit, good history, good story behind the relationship. She should find good support. I don't want to dominate this. I want people to talk. I'm actually going to take myself off the camera, and be listening behind the scene. She should find good support, professionals who can create scenarios, and then she will choose. I'm telling you, if I'm the one, this is the route I'm going to go, because I've seen more than enough. I have lists of women who have gone both ways. There was one I was telling, my dear, pick your life back. This guy is not saying you. Pick your life back. She refused. I created scenarios of people who took some of these counsels I'm talking about, and they are doing well in it. I'm not saying to be 100% sweet, because her life has been altered now. There are moments where she will shut down. There are moments where she will cry. There are moments, but she shouldn't dwell on it. She should move on. She shouldn't dwell on it. She should move on. By the time she's dwelling on it, she's becoming a psychiatric patient. She's becoming a depressed woman. She's having blood pressure. Many things will follow. This lady, I'm telling you, I was telling her, look, you can't be, this guy is not saying you. Eventually, when she decides to hear us, I mean, this is a graduate lady, when she will pick herself up, okay, you need to see her now. If I show you the picture of this lady before, and when she decides to hear what we're saying, yeah, they won't think you can live as a woman. You are the one that will prove that you can live regardless. You will prove to the world that you can face your children. Suppose you were never married in the first place. Let your children be that piece of model that they never thought they can be. See, that man, body go pepper am. Let me shut down.
Ma, I want to ask
People
one.
can
There's
talk.
something I saw. There's
Hold
a
on,
comment
before you ask the question, Duper, thank you so much. Apparently, there's so many people on here that do not agree with you at all. I mean, there's a lot. And listen, guys,
Okay now.
this conversation is not for only a selected few. This conversation is for everybody.
Yes.
So I have just dropped the
Please let
link
people
in
come
the
in.
comment
I want
section.
to hear other people's opinion.
Yeah.
I'll be listening.
Click on the link and join this conversation. Now, for those of you who were listening when Dike started speaking, she said that if she were in the woman's situation, that all the things she's saying, this is what she would do. That's what she said. And remember, on this platform, we're talking about our own perspective, right? So that is why the conversation is open to everybody to join and give their own opinion, right? So Dupe has said all she said, that if she were the one, that is what she would do, that she has seen several scenarios. And some people are saying that, oh, Dupe is saying that what she's saying means that the woman's life depends on the man. I do not think so. Dupe started by stating that she would advise women to get themselves empowered so that if they come in contact with such situations, married or not, you can stand on your own 2 feet and help yourself, defend yourself, help yourself grow. And we know that you can defend yourself in so many ways: by getting a lawyer to fight your legal battles, by also financially taking care of yourself and your kids if you have kids. So for those of you that are saying, oh, thank God I'm not in Nigeria, this woman is advising ladies to do bad. No, I think you are just joining the conversation. If you
Yeah.
joined the conversation like 20 minutes ago when Dupe started talking, then you will hear that she's not advising ladies to, sell their lives to men. No. Remember, this is about a couple, first of all, Yul Edochie, and how he messed up his family, his marriage, and all of that, right? So there's a male involved, there's a female involved. And that's why I mentioned earlier that we should also hope that there is no case of domestic violence, either against both parties involved. Either from you to his wife May, or from his wife May to you, right? And there's also the case of Osinachi, the gospel singer that died recently from domestic violence. The husband had a hand in, her death. So there's also that part too. And if you want to refer back, oh, people in church said, don't leave. What will happen to your kids if you leave? Stay in your marriage, stay in your marriage. Now, so the third person says, stay in your marriage, now so the person can't take die. Tomorrow now, nobody really knows what actually killed her, exactly. So Dupe is not saying that you, as a woman, you must be in that marriage for no. Please, she actually said a whole lot, but then she continued by saying that if she were the one, she would stay. All right. So if you have anything otherwise, contrary to anybody's opinion here, please click on that link and join us here virtually so that you can share your own thoughts with us. We want to learn. I'm not married. I'm sure a lot of people watching this right now is also not married, so we don't have all the answers. We're hearing from people that are married and people that are not married. All right. Isioma, we're asking a question before.
Yes.
Before continue.
There's a comment I read at the comment section.
Sorry,
The person was like, what?
Hold on. Isioma, we were asking a question before that looking at the fact that you went ahead and married his work colleague as a second wife, how has that kind of made you feel about your spouse, having females as work colleagues in his own place of work? Does that make you suspicious of him? Does that increase your trust in him? I'm asking you now as a young wife.
Yeah. So prior to this whole revelation, I would say revelation of you on social media, I trust my husband, but then at the end of the day, you still have to be smart. As a married woman, you still have to be able to put your eyes on the ground. Like, watch out for cues. Like, watch out for things that kind of suspicious of you. When I brought it to him, after we talked about it, I started, shifting, like my mind started shifting in a way, because now I am a little bit, frantic when I see him on his phone. I mean, I know he be texting. He's on Snapchat too. So, I mean, I don't go through the phone because I don't want to see. I know that at the end of the day, if you go through his phone, you're still going to see something that would annoy you or try to cause, problems in the marriage. The same thing goes if he goes through my phone. We both know each other's passwords, but we do not invade the other person's privacy. But ever since this whole thing came up with you, being that he's been married for so long, and everybody gives him a certain level of respect and accountability, especially because of the way he has paraded his home, his marriage and everything, his wife, being loyal to his wife, the hailings and all of that. His kids are grown. It's not as if he's not a newbie in this whole marriage thing, But now when I saw that, it kind of like, I'm over here looking at my man differently. I will not lie, it is the truth. I'm not saying that I don't trust him, but like I don't want to be blindsided, and I don't want to be looking stupid on the streets. I don't want anybody to make me feel like that. So in as much as I'm seeing this going, happening to May, I'm also, trying to guard myself, because we still have to be ready. You never know what's going to happen down the line. Not saying, I'm not trying to be negative or anything, but that was a cause for concern. I was really concerned about it, even with him as a man that I've been with for so long and I trust. I've not had any fidelity problems or cheating problems or, all of that. But still, I'm still, snooping around in case I see anything. And that's just all started since this whole thing with Yul. Because I can imagine how his wife, had to deal with this. And like I said to you earlier, her comment section, the side chick, the second wife's comment section, her page is full of the man commenting. So me, I'm going to Instagram to check my own man's page and see if there's anything, if there's anybody there that is a persistent comment. I'm following all the cues, and even more, I'm doing the extra. I know that it sounds a little bit, terrible, but I don't want to be blindsided. I'm trying to also guard myself, guard my home, make sure that I'm not doing things to also set him off or push him away. I'm doing things to kind of like unite the family. I'm not being too extra and dramatic as I normally would be. I'm not, making jokes that are not funny, like, doing things that can piss a man off per se. I'm trying my best to also, protect the home. But even at that, it's never enough. With these men, it's never enough. Nothing is ever enough. You just have to, go with the flow and pray for the best. Like I am. I'm honestly praying for the best, because you just never know. He doesn't keep female friends, though. I will say that. But there's this one girl that I've seen him chat with. I know that he had female friends from before we met and all that. But ever since this whole thing started, I've been putting my eyes on the ground, even to the point where when I'm passing and he's using his phone, I'm looking subconsciously. I'm not showing him that I'm looking, but I'm looking, because I want to see if there's anything going on. I'm not trying to suspect him, but the whole story has put me on edge, because this is something that we never thought or we never saw coming at all. It was for every woman who's married, I can just imagine, or anybody who's in a serious relationship leading towards, marriage and all of that, this is something that is a cause for worry, like it's a cause for concern. You're going to be looking at your man different, even if for the first few days, you'll be looking at him weird, like, a man like you did this, what's the guarantee that you're not going to do the same shit to me? Like, that's how I feel. And I don't, like I said, I don't want to be blindsided. I don't want to be looking stupid on the streets like this man has made his wife look. She's looking, weird, and it's not even her fault. It's all on him, because he couldn't do the right thing or do the needful, and I feel like he did not have the mind to face his wife and tell her, hey, this is what I did. It's okay to make mistakes. I'm not judging him. He may have made, but it doesn't even look like it's a mistake now. I think it was deliberate. He deliberately decided to keep sleeping with the lady. What the hell are you thinking? She's gonna be pregnant. She's gonna have a child for you. Or even at that, she's going to come up with a baby story in the future. What are you thinking? He's a public figure. You're both public figures. It will come out. And the thing is that some of all these Nollywood people, they're in their chats to being hypocritical. They are going to the side chick's page, commenting while we are seeing you in the wife's page, commenting and telling her sorry, this and that, or or anything. But you're going on the other woman's page, you know, hailing her and everything, and hailing you, and most of these people, even if they are men, some women in Nollywood are also among. I've seen one that's very distinct. Her comment is there on his page. She keeps hopping from one person's post to another person's post, writing, you know, just anywhere belle face at this point, anywhere belle face. She's trying to be nice to all the parties involved. I'm not saying you should not be nice, but pick and choose. If you're a woman and you don't believe that this is fair, stand on it. Don't sugarcoat anything. And he's looking stupid at the end of the day, doing all of these things, trying to justify your already soured actions. You're trying to justify all of this by doing the extra and doing the most, is making you look stupid on social media. So yeah, this affects every
very stupid.
Is story, but it affects all of us. Everybody's looking at their relationship now, like trying to find like loopholes, or if there are any cues on the floor that we can pick up. And I'm also studying my man's pattern, because I want to see if there's anything that, you know, correlates or that might lead to this whole thing down the line. I don't want to be blindsided. So yes, it affects all of us.
This question that I asked you, you see, that's one thing that I fear for a lot of women in marriages, relationships, you know, and dating relationships and marriages. That's one of the fears I have. You know, I want to be in a relationship where I don't have to be doing all of that. True. You know, you want to be in a relationship where your trust is enough. I trust you, you trust me. I'm not doing anything that's going to sabotage our respect, our regard for each other, and the trust we have for each other, and the happiness that we have being together. You know, and things like what Yul has done, and the fact that he's not even remorseful about it, the fact that he's got so much audacity, it's disgusting. The fact that he does that, and that is what is happening now. It's triggering not just you now, not just you that's just 1 year old in marriage, but other women who are like 10 years old in marriage, 20 years old in marriage. It's like you're sleeping one day and you just hear that something like this has happened, and you're like, oh my God, have I not been vigilant enough? Oh my God, has my husband been doing that? And then you're now going to start on turning all the closed down stones. You want to, oh, what did I miss? What did I see? You know, it's things like this that actually mess up women's mind. And when we talk about mental health all the time, these are part of the things. When you find yourself doing that, you said you're expecting a child. Instead of you to now focus on, you know, the welfare of your baby, yourself, you see yourself now, you're burdened with another work. It's another job. It's a full-time job, trying to keep up with all of that. It's a lot. So now you're doing all of that. You're asking yourself, okay, maybe I should act like this. Maybe I should behave like this. You know, so you can imagine what even the wife of you as well is doing. She will now start questioning herself, questioning her entire existence. Oh, I've been with this man for the entire 17 years. What did I do wrong? What did I do? And this guy had the audacity there was a post that he did in 2019. He was going on a back-to-back charade with someone on Instagram. And he was saying that, okay, the person commented something about, if the man tells you, let's marry and manage. Don't do it, run away. Let the man be comfortable, blah, blah, blah. So he was arguing vehemently in the comments of that post that, no, I married my wife when I had 0 to nothing. And she has been giving me this peace of mind. And she has been with me. She has never stressed me out. Now, how many years later, who even knows? Probably all of that time, all of these things were actually going on. And now, how many years later, we are seeing this? You can imagine somebody commented that, oh, this man is emotionally and psychologically manipulating the wife. 100%, I agree with that person. That's exactly what I see. It's like you shoot me in the leg, I'm in pains, and then you are celebrating me that, oh, without me, you cannot live. In my head, I'm thinking, can you just die so that I just have peace of mind? It's crazy. The audacity is insane. It's crazy. But let me not be the only one talking. Sandy, hi.
Hi. This is my first time here. I've been watching from behind the scenes.
You're welcome.
Yeah.
You're welcome.
First
How
of
do you
all,
feel about this whole drama? First of all, are you married? Are you single?
I'm actually married with a daughter.
Oh, nice, nice, nice.
Yeah.
How do you feel being one who is married? How has this made you feel? Are you triggered?
Actually, when I saw the news
That's
at first,
good.
I was a bit. I thought it was all jokes. So I had to. If you see the way I ran, I run kitty kitty, run kata kata. I went to his page. When I got there, I'm like, is it for real? I had to go to the side chick's page. I be the side wife. I be second wife. I went on YouTube. I was everywhere. I was just going like berserk. I was going crazy. Like, what is going on? When I found out it was true, it took me like a while to even digest it. So I began to ask myself, how did the wife even digest it? If it took me this while to even like, grasp the whole thing, process it, it really, I would not say devastated me because I'm not the one in the position, but it shook me. So when the whole thing happened, I just sat there and I began to just think, because for me personally, I cannot tell the wife what to do or what not to do. But I've read a lot of people said different things. I've watched a lot of videos and a lot of things. And what I just want to say is people deal differently with situations. And everybody's strength and weakness is not the same. What I can bear is not what you can bear. What I can take is not what you can take. For me personally, when someone offends me to that kind of magnitude, I don't want to see you. Please, let me not see your face. Let me not see the color of your shirt. Let me not even see anything that smells like you. I don't want to see your face. Just get out. I don't want to see you. And until I calm down, I don't know when I will calm down. I can't tell you when. You don't even have the right to tell me when I should calm down. And I don't know if I will stay with you in that marriage. Like, at that moment, let me not just see you first. Let me process this alone. Perhaps with family, friends, or someone I can trust for support. But I don't need you in the picture at that point in time. So for this woman, I hope she's getting like, emotional support at this point because she needs it. She needs someone to be there for her. Not the y'all, not that big-headed man. Not that one. Because I don't even know what to say. Okay, back to what I'm trying to say. Why I'm saying this is some people are saying she should stay. You cannot tell someone to stay or to leave because if you can handle it, you don't know if May can handle it.
Exactly.
You don't know if May can take this because, as I said before, if I'm in that kind of situation, my mental space, I would not want to see you. So I will not even heal better with you around me. So it's better I leave and get my mental sanity. And the kids are also grown. They can see what is happening. I'm sure they are on social media. I'm sure that I watched a video of him doing TikTok with his daughter, asking her a grade. So I was saying, if it's your own video, you talk better. That means the daughter is on social media, which for her age is okay. So she's seen everything. The children too are going through psychological trauma. So at this point in time, it's not a time for you to say, let us save the marriage. Kumbaya, kumbaya, everybody. This is not time for all those kind of discussion. This is not time for that. For me, if it's me, I'm not saying me. That is why I say we handle things differently. So I just feel like at this point in time, what she needs is to look out for herself. The marriage doesn't come first. Yours doesn't come first. What comes first is May and her kids. That is all that comes first. And every other thing is secondary. The marriage at this point is secondary. It is May. Because if she stays in that marriage, and because she said, 17 years, okay, it's 17 years. It's big. It's a big deal, I understand. But if she decides to stay, and maybe she's like, okay, I can handle it. And at the long run, she cannot handle it. And mental health is destabilized. At the long run, she will be living there, but she's a living dead. Like when somebody is just living, but you are not living. So why would you want to sacrifice the rest of your life living in bitterness, in misery? And if you want to say, okay, it's for religious reason or whatever, then if you die bitter, hating that man, you still go to hell. So what have you achieved? There is nothing you have achieved. So at the end of the day, what matters is what you can do. If you know you can stay and you can forgive and you can move on, then fine. That one is up to you. But if you are going to stay and your mental health will not be, you cannot handle it, you will not be able to be stable, your kids, please just move out. Just take yourself out of that situation. Take yourself out of that equation and focus on yourself first. All that matters now is May and the kids, and your or the marriage is secondary. So that's all I just had to say. Yeah.
Thank you very much, Sandy. I love that
Yeah.
point that you pointed out,
You
that
said well. That was
everybody
exactly.
handles things differently. I mean,
Yeah.
that is key. It was something that we even touched upon earlier, that for the wife to just bring out one statement and then held her peace, it could be that is her own way of handling it, but then it could also be dangerous, right? If she's not receiving the emotional support, as you pointed out, that she needs. She definitely needs that emotional support. Otherwise, it's going to be a case of one who is like a ticking time bomb. The day she will explode, we don't know in what manner she's going to explode. It could result into something else. Okay. Ifeoma, you've been asking questions. You've not actually given us an elaborate response of what you think. Can we hear you now?
I'm so sorry. It's just that the only thing, the person that made me come up more is the mommy that was, is it Dupe that's her name? Because she was saying something of still staying in the house. I'm like, what if staying in the house, seeing the man, won't devil use, as in want to be mentally disabled? I don't understand how to put it. You understand? Like seeing somebody doing this kind of thing. It's not that you caught him with a side chick. This one, you are married and you even have a kid with him. You are still living in the same house with him. I don't think she'll be okay staying in that house. And I don't think it will help her staying in that house, keep staying in that house, seeing that man, because definitely devil might use her. She might do something that she will not, stupid, that she will regret at the end. And later on, they will not start backfiring at her that, oh, you would have left. Why did you do this? I think you get. So I was not in support of her still staying in that house. But later on, she was still making sense on saying, stay in the house, save your marriage, you're the first, you know. So I'm like, I'm not still balanced with the equation of still staying in that house. And again, somebody now made a comment on saying, okay, if you're staying in that house, what if he comes for sex? Will you still give it to him?
What?
You understand? What if will you still give it to him? So that's I wanted to, there's no how. The love will come back. The love will surely come back. But again, it's very, I don't support her staying in that house, honestly.
Do you know why I personally cannot advise any married man or woman to stay in that house in the context we're talking about? The reason is that I have never been married. I am not yet married. I don't know how it feels to be in such a situation. So I cannot even take any side and say, okay, you stay, you don't stay. I cannot. But if there's one thing I know about from experience of dating people, right, it's that when you are in a relationship with someone and you people have actually gone through a lot of things together, you know that person to some extent, right? Maybe you've been with someone for 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, not even talk of 17 years. There might have been hurdles that you both have crossed together, right? And there might even have been challenges that are even worse than cheating, or even worse than this person marrying somebody else. There could be, I don't know. We don't really know the bigger picture, right? So there could be, and it is only the woman or the man in that circumstance that can categorically tell an outsider that I will stay in this marriage because of so and so. And they are the only ones that can also say, okay, I cannot stay in this marriage because of so and so. Another part is they're also the only ones that can decide if they want to live because of their kids or not. I'll give for instance, I have a friend that's based in the UK. And so this person said that most of the time, the reason why a lot of Africans, not Nigerians now, but Africans in general, that are immigrants from other countries that are now citizens of, the UK there, the reason why most of them would rather stay in their marriages other than leaving or divorcing is because if there are kids involved and they leave, then you see what Dupe mentioned, the children will become non-entities. He said that's exactly what happens most of the time. And I couldn't really argue with that because this is someone that has lived over there for the most part of his life. And he knows, he has friends, he has families, that kids are involved and all of that. So he said that's the reason why most Africans specifically now, would rather stay in their homes, even if their spouses cheat. The reason is just for that, because if they have kids that are up to the age of maybe 13, 15. The kids, because of the leverage, because of the freedom that the society over there gives to kids, you know, a kid can actually call the cops on their parents if you shout at your kid or you scold your. I mean, Isioma, you can actually tell us because you're based over there, right? So if your kids, if you scold your kid will claim child abuse and call the cops on you, that kind of thing, you know. So most of them, they would rather stay, you know, just because, okay, they don't want their kids to have that free hand and start going crazy and going wild and doing whatever. And of course, because the world is evolving now. So that's, in that instance, is the reason. So I'm thinking that, well, if this woman, that Yul's wife, decides to stay, there's so many factors that we don't even know about. We don't know, as I said from the start of this conversation, we don't even know if she was aware that there was a second woman in the picture. We don't even know if Yul has even had that conversation with her that, oh, I'm going to marry this person, oh, so prepare your mind for it, whether you like it or not. We don't even know. We don't know if there is even a case of domestic violence, you know, whether from any of the parties, whether from you to the wife or the wife to you. We don't even know what's going on. And the truth is, no matter how much we even talk about this, we will never really get the full picture. The only people that can actually tell people, which I wouldn't even advise, is the wife or the kids. He has a daughter that's about 16 or 17. And I mean, the daughter is old enough to know that, okay, this is what mommy did to daddy, this is what daddy did to mommy. Those are the only people that can actually really tell that, okay, this is actually what's going on behind the scenes that nobody knows about. And that's why me, as I said, I cannot even say that, okay, the wife should stay or the wife should leave. I think she on her own will know best what to do. For her to have been with that man for about 17 years in poverty and in wealth, I think she's knowledgeable enough now to know that, okay, is this the kind of person I want to continue dealing with even after what has happened? And also, we also need to take into consideration their culture. Somebody earlier mentioned that the Igbo people, they don't have any qualms in marrying more than one wife. It's not just the Igbo people. It's a thing that I have seen happen a lot in this country. Any tribe, it does not matter the tribe. Yorubas do it, Igbos do it, the Hausas, the Muslims, they do it. Those ones, they can even marry even up to 5 wives, and it is allowed in their culture, in their religion. It's allowed, right? So there are people like that that have issues. So the thing again, the other question there is, could it be that this is a family demand? That, oh, this man, you are now up to the status of becoming a chief. So as a chief, you have to marry 2 women. Do you understand? So there are a lot of things playing out here in this matter that we don't really know. But me, I'm not really bothered about the other parts. The part that I'm really bothered about is the man. The man obviously has a mental problem. For him to have done what he did and is still coming out to come and beat his chest and give us auto-tune sound check voice, you know, with so much pride and dignity, it's very, very annoying. Very, very annoying to even watch. You know, the video you put out today, it's so offensive.
It's very offensive.
Even calling out to Nigerians to come and donate 100 million for him to become a president. It's so offensive. But we had someone on here, Greatness in You. Greatness in You, are you there?
Yes, I am. Hello, everyone.
Hi, thanks for joining us.
You're welcome. It's really nice to see you. I'm just going to be brief. I'm usually not one to, jump on a live video. This is my first time doing this ever on any platform, I must say.
Okay.
But I must commend Sandy. She took the words right out of my mouth. It's high time we empower women to make decisions based on what favors them, and not to coerce them to do something based on what you perceive that is the right thing to do. And when I was hearing, and no disrespect to the elderly woman who spoke earlier, I do understand her point. However, just like Sandy said, everybody handles things differently. My weakness may be your strength. Your strength may be my weakness. So to come here and tell people don't leave your home? Who is to say, how do you know what she can handle? You've got so many things you've got to consider. The kids are paramount.
Sure.
Nobody is considering the kids. It's so unfortunate that men will go out, do things without considering the kids, but yet they want the women to consider the kids when they want to take their own action. Who is considering the woman's mental state?
Yeah.
Who is considering the woman's mental state? Just like the elderly woman said earlier, you go to the hospitals, you see more of women. I am a nurse by profession. You see a lot of women going through psychological breakdown. You see women going through mental torture. You have to sit down, cancel some of them while still trying to treat them. It's so wrong. It's high time we women look out for each other. I don't know what it is. I don't know who has said this to us, that without marriage, you're no longer complete. It's like it's been embedded into the heads of women that marriage is a do or die affair. Without marriage, your life doesn't go on. You must stay there, die there. Whatever you see, just stay there. We must stop all this negative information we're passing on, because when I was hearing her speak, I was a bit disappointed. I must say, no disrespect. I value everybody's opinion. Everybody's got the right to say what they've got to say, but we need to be very careful what we pass on. We've got younger generations coming up. We need to be able to give them good examples. We need to be able to encourage them. We don't know what this woman can deal with. For just like Sandra said, if you upset me to that magnitude, I do not want to see you anywhere around me. I don't even want to hear your name being called around me. That is how torturing it is for a human being. You're being tortured in the inside. These things, they affect you. Just because they're not showing physically yet, because they will definitely manifest physically. It is gradually in the inside before it then manifests on the outside. We need to start talking about all these things. Your mental health is very, very vital. And to tell a woman, I'm not going to come here and tell her to either go or stay. She is the person in the best position to know what to consider. There are a lot of factors to consider. And those kids are already traumatized. Those kids are already broken. Exactly. No matter what people say, they're already traumatized, they're already broken. Their father didn't think of that before he made that decision. So that is something he's going to answer for. That's a different angle he's going to answer for. No matter how those kids are going to grow up, they're already broken already. Something is already taken. They're no longer complete. They're no longer whole. And with the way he went about it, trying to make it look, you're playing with people's intelligence. You think everybody's stupid. Yeah, guaranteed there are people that fall for anything. But not everybody's stupid. You can't come here and tell me that this is yellow when clearly I can see it is blue, and you're telling me it's yellow. That's the height of insult. Not only are you trying to manipulate me, you're even insulting my own intelligence. That what I'm saying is not what it is. That you're the right person to tell me what I'm saying. So in this situation, please, can we all stop encouraging women to stay in marriages that no longer serve them, marriages that brought pain, brokenness, trauma to them? Let's empower people to make decisions that will build them and favor them, and not tell them, oh, stay there, they are losing out. Who is losing out? Losing out from what? What are you losing out from? You're already lost. Is it the properties? Is that what you're saying they are going to lose out on? I don't understand when people say, oh, you're going to lose. Lose what? You already lost in the first place. Because the person who came out, people are quick to say, oh, polygamous is acceptable. When you were marrying her, did you give her the impression that you're going to marry a second wife in future? And I think that's another angle people should start talking about. When you get into a relationship, sit down with whoever you're going to get married to in future. Do we intend, or do you intend to get another wife in future? Are we getting into this believing that it's just going to be me and you? Don't come here 17 years ago, you married me, making me believe that we are in a monogamous relationship, only down the line to tell me, oh, I'm an Igbo man, polygamous. No, it's not acceptable in Igbo land. We actually frown on it in Igbo land. The people who do it are trying to justify their error by making it look like it's acceptable. It is not. It is not. It destroys home. It destroys the community. I'm from a polygamous family. That's a different story that I'm going to talk all together. Up until today, it has caused nothing but havoc in the family, in the entire family, as it is. So when people come out and talk about polygamous and try to paint it that it is good, how they point out one or two incidents where people, oh, their marriages are going, is that what they told you? That is what they want to show you. That is what they want you to believe. That is not true at all. Nobody that marries somebody for love is happy to share. I hate to share. No matter how you paint it, I am a very, very jealous person. I hate to share. If you feel that, oh, I no longer serve you, that what we had is no longer what you want, let's sit down as the adult and have that conversation. Give me that choice. Let me make that choice. Let me come to terms with it. Don't yank it out of me and make that choice for me and then tell me, oh, it is my right to do so. Oh, polygamy is not. No. Polygamy was brought about by selfish and greedy people. And only selfish and greedy people, corrupt minds, are the ones always quick to say, oh, it's an African thing. Actually, it is not. Why is everything evil African things? Why can't something good be African? Why must everything evil that bring hurt, that bring pain, that bring destruction always be termed is African culture? Can something good be African culture? There are people go to other countries, foreign lands, doing great things. They've not even made it their culture. Why must only the wrong things, corrupt things, negative things be termed, oh, it's an African culture? These are men who want to still have a wife and still be allowed to go out and still do things that are unacceptable. If the tables were turned, how would you feel? Let's take our religion from this. Just your morals as a human being. If you know what I would do to you that will upset me, believe me, that same thing, if you do it to me, it will upset me. Don't do it to me. Do not do it to me. So if you know that if I go out there, get pregnant, bring it and for another man and come home and then go online, the disrespect for the wife, for the children, for the entire family, it is unacceptable. And then you're there, you're calling yourself names, trying to portray what you have done as the right thing. There was one post I read where it says real men. Now he's trying to condition the minds of young people, the minds of other people to believe that to be a real man, you have to do something evil, wicked, and corrupt. How about you don't cheat? That's what real men do. How about you keep your home? That's what real men do. How about you have self-control? That is what real men do. Why must everything negative be attached to being a real man? Why can't something positive be attached to being a real man? Because you want to be able to carry out your corrupt ways, your corrupt lifestyle, and drag other people with you. And unfortunately, we have vulnerable people who are going to fall for this because that is what they too want to do. They want someone that will be their king, that will allow them practice the evil that they already have in their hearts. So nobody is here to deceive anybody. Don't deceive anybody because we are all smart. Nobody is a fool. Don't come here and tell us, oh, real men. You're not a real man. You're just trying to cover up your own brokenness. He is broken. And unfortunately, everyone in the society, we are all broken. Everyone is just trying to heal. The only difference is some people have decided to do something about it, heal and become a better version to themselves and to the community. But some people don't want to heal. They want to carry on causing harm, causing havoc to other people and to the community. Because he not only hurt his family, he hurt those that also are his fans. People who were looking up to him. I used to admire him.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, I like his lifestyle. He's a man of principle.
Yes.
Those words, they all came out of my mouth. When I saw this, I didn't believe it. I was like, all these bloggers, they started again. Up until I saw it on the news, I was like, so this is true. I couldn't believe it. As if it's my own marriage. I was weeping for the woman because I know what she's going through. And from a polygamous home, and to tell her to stay in a toxic environment because she's going to lose out. She will lose out more. Her kids are going to suffer for it. She will be breaking down, dying in the inside. How many years do you have to live on this earth? How many years do you have? You want to die in bitterness? You want to die in pain because someone is going to tell you another woman will come in and enjoy? They don't enjoy anything. Trust me. I am from that family. They don't have peace. They don't enjoy anything. Forget what people will come out and flaunt to you. In their homes, they don't sleep. They don't have peace. They see you moving. My peace is very paramount. Anything that threatens my peace, I don't play with my peace. Because if I don't have peace, I can't reason well. I can't function well. I'm not being creative. And I like to be creative because when I'm calm, when I'm peaceful, ideas are welling up inside of me. And when that peace is taken away from me, all these things are gone. So anything that threatens my peace, I remove myself instantly from there. I completely remove myself. Like I said, I'm from a polygamous home. The toxicity in that home, I completely removed myself from it. I'm like, I can't deal with this. I don't know how you all deal with it and survive. No one knows what is right now. Everybody's hurting. This one hurts this one. This one. Hurt people. And I don't want to be like that. I completely remove myself. So please, let's be guided. Let's be careful on the information we're giving to people. And just like Sandy said, she took the words right out of my mouth. And for those who are newly married, I saw the girl, she said she was so scared. You don't have to do all that. Unfortunately, we humans, we are all broken. We are corrupt in the first place. A man that will stray will stray. And going about, you're already affecting your mindset as it is. And you don't want that. You need your peace. All you can say, or all I would say is, Lord, give me the strength. Whatever is thrown at me, give me the strength and the wisdom to be able to carry it and know what to do. Because no matter how you do it, men are trying to tell you that they are promiscuous by nature. They are not. They just lack self-control. They don't want to control themselves. They don't want to learn. They don't want to put in the work. Because to have self-control, you have to put in the work. It's not an easy thing to do. So they don't want to do that. That's why they're always quick to tell you, oh, we are promised. No, you're not. Everything God created, the Bible says is good. And I don't want to bring religion into this. So you can't come here with that lame story. You're telling me that men, they just don't want to do the work. And unfortunately, women, we are our own worst enemy. Because if a man walks up to you and talks to you and you tell him off, you are a married man. Why don't you focus on your marriage? Trust me, you do that 1 or 2 times, different women do that to him, he will respect himself. But unfortunately, we women, because we have been so broken, we have been conditioned to trust and believe, okay, without marriage, you're not complete. Oh, a man must take care of you. Say to who? That God that blessed that man, do you think he's so poor that he can't bless you too? But the thing is, people don't want to put in the work, and that is where the whole problem starts. That is the foundation of all the problem. We all need to work on ourselves. Let's start working on ourselves, empowering ourselves, both financially. We need to empower ourselves with knowledge. Knowledge, they say, is key. Knowledge is power. We need to empower ourselves. And I need to let other people speak. That's all I wanted to say. And thank you so much. You're doing a good job. Thank you to everybody that has spoken. No disrespect to anybody. Everybody's opinion is valid. I'm just saying from my own point of view. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Greatness. Thank you so much. I love the fact that you ended your words with an empowerment. I mean, it still all boils down to empowerment for me. If every female is empowered with wisdom, mental. Also, there's also emotional empowerment. You know how to handle yourself in any situation you find yourself. It gives you self-control. When you have self-control, trust me, you have perspective. If you don't have perspective, then you'll be completely messed up. So empowerment is very, very clear. For the men that are on this live stream, this is not a meeting against the male gender. Please don't get us wrong. All right? It's a female that's the victim in this case, and that is why we are placing a lot of emphasis on the female empowerment, okay? Because nobody knows the situation with Yu's wife, that's me. We don't know if she has her own money. We don't know if she's rich in her own right. We don't know what her situation is. But then you don't want to wait right? To see what is going to happen before you start running around to gather yourself together. And that's why Dupe said it as well earlier. Dupe is on here right now. I think I also need to check this in. A lot of people that are just talking here, something about YouTube live stream. When you join a live stream, it doesn't take you off from the beginning. You don't see what happens in the beginning. So what you see is where you join from. So Duka said a lot of things at the start. And a lot of people misconstrued what she said from the start because they didn't hear her speak from the start. So what they heard was her saying stay in your marriage. So it's not like she's saying that you should stay in your marriage and die. Please, no, all right? But Duka is on here now. I'm sure that she can actually speak for herself. So Dupe, you're welcome back. Hello, Dupe, you're welcome back.
I will just enjoy myself with all the emotional comments. And honestly, whatever you say, it's you are saying it if you are in the shoes of this man. That's what you're gonna do. It's not binding on anybody. This is such an informal forum that whatever you pick here, if anybody dwells on it to use it to work on herself or handle a situation, it's such a sorry case. When I was talking about staying, I said if I were the one, I'm sure a number of you who were here, that is what I'm going to do, and it's not going to change. I still remain on that. I am not going to leave. And you don't have any choice on that. That is me. I'm not even talking for me. A 17-year-old journey is not a joke for any woman. Anybody can be so emotional. When did you get to know about this story? We only knew a few hours back. You don't even know what she's been living with. This lady has the command and custody of whatever decision. That's why I said it's not something that she's going to do all by herself. She needs healthy support for her to bullet points. And I said it over and again, in psychology, nobody deals with emotions. We deal with facts. We deal with facts. What are the realities? What are the trends? What has been our total state? What's our personality? So that somebody is going tantrum.
Dupa, we can't hear you.
No, it's not by that.
Okay. Whoa. Okay, Dupa, if you can come back, please come back. You just disconnected now from the conversation. Okay, guys, I'm sure that Dupe will be back. So, please, oh my God, I can see that in the comment section, tempers are flaring here and there. But let's first of all also remind ourselves that this conversation is not about us, okay? It's about what Yul Edochie did to his wife and his kids, his family. That is the priority, okay? So let's not really make it about us. I'm seeing a lot of comments, and some people are getting out of their emotions already. I like what Greatness said. Greatness said, respectfully, it's her opinion. Everybody has their own opinion. And Dupe was speaking. She reiterated that if she was the one, that is what she would do. And that is why I keep on posting the link in the comment section. For those of us commenting in the comment section, please, I beg you, if you have anything contrary to what anybody on the screen has said, this conversation is open to everybody. Just click on the link and join us. Let's hear from you. We're trying to learn, okay? Everybody that's been speaking, they've been speaking from what they know, from their own experience, okay? And I personally, I can only speak from a dating relationship point of view because I'm not married. Okay, so if you have anything else contrary, just join and share with us. Let's enlighten one another. Dupe, welcome back. Please continue.
Okay, thank you so much. So what I was saying actually is, when we see this in what I know, you want to live. Of course, emotion is key. Emotion is thwarted on. Emotion is in a mess right now. This is not even the time for this lady to make any decision. She needs to get over and go through the phases of healing. That she can do, if she can do it in that same home, or she does it anywhere else. That does not remove the fact that she's either in or out of that home. But she needs a clear head and a clear heart to make the right decision, which no matter hours of talk on any social media platform, it won't help her. And that is why when we talk in psychology, you do not say, talk to your family members, talk to your friend. They will be so emotional. Look for people who are in this profession to put the cases to your fore and let them tell you all it's involved. Even this divorce we talk about, it's not as easy as you say it. People that have gone through the journey will tell you. I'm not saying stay in your marriage and die there, but even this so-called divorce is not as easy as it sounded. Some people are on it for 2 years, and that 2 years of their life, everything is in a mess. So what I'm saying basically is, if you remember where I started from, I went against you headlong. I went against, if it is even a prank, it can't mess with people. I went also against the family. I'm sure you saw all those points that I mentioned when I started. Then I came back to her, who is at the center of the matter. And I said, I'm bothered about her mental state. I'm bothered about her total health. I'm bothered about her mind state. Whatever she does now will determine whether she's even going to live any further. Because if she makes a mistake based on emotional dump in that people are doing, she's going to be the one that will face the consequences. Either way she goes is okay, because she's the one that is in the heat of the matter. I have never supported you. In fact, I didn't even want to be part of this discussion to tell you how hot I was. When you started, you see that I didn't come up on time. The more I'm seeing all sorts of rubbish that this guy is doing on social media, the more my anger was, rising against him. I wouldn't want this lady to die and leave her children. Our life matters to everybody. And I'm not saying people that are misconstruing, I don't know when they join, I say pity. All I am saying is, if me, Dupe, is in this matter, and I'm not saying you should pick it, and I'm not going to change on that. If I am the one, maybe because I can manage my own emotion, maybe because my own practice has given me some buffing, some beefing, that I have a bit of strength to manage situations like this. Maybe also, by God's grace,
Dupe, we can't hear you anymore. Your image here is freezing. If you can check your connection, your network connection. You're freezing on our screens, so if you can check your network connection so that we can hear you back. Okay, so while Dupe is probably trying to fix her network connection, let me remove her so that she can fix it and come back. Hi Isioma, hi Greatness. Thanks for still staying on. Yes, thanks for still staying on. So, well, before Dupe comes back, I was asking Isioma a question. So, I like the fact that you, Greatness, you touched up on it a bit. I asked Isioma how she felt about the husband having female colleagues working in the same work environment, and she expressed herself. I mean, it's valid. That's how she feels, and I feel like that's how a lot of women have been feeling for the past few days. As a matter of fact, I think every time there's a case like this on the internet, it's like a temporary moment of insecurity for women.
True.
You just, honestly, it's temporary. You just, oh, this one has done it again. And when it's with regular people like us that are not really celebrities yet, it doesn't really make waves like that. It doesn't really carry that much energy. But when it's a public figure that is a voice of the people, in quotes, it carries so much weight. You see, for the duration of that trend, that period that trend will carry waves on the internet, you see that it's a period of insecurity, not just for women actually, because both genders, everybody is panicking, everybody's scared. And just as Isioma said, everybody's double checking on their partner. What have you been doing? And to be very honest, there was a first speaker that came on here, Ifeanyi. He mentioned that now it's like his wife is attacking him.
Yeah.
Oh, who have you been chatting with? Who have you been talking to? It's a temporary period of attack. insecurity. Everybody is getting their heads all messed up. People are beginning to imagine things. Oh, my husband, your husband that normally goes out without you questioning his whereabouts, automatically you find yourself unconsciously questioning every time, and it's not really healthy. So how has it been for you since you heard this whole thing?
Is that question for me?
Yes, greatness.
Oh,
Yes.
right. Yeah. I listened to Ifeanyi earlier when he was speaking that it's affected families, and rightly so, because you're a public figure. Before you decide to come to the public domain, nobody's perfect. Nobody is perfect here on earth. However, if you have decided to come to the public domain and people are going to look up to you, there are certain things, unfortunately, you have to deny yourself. There are certain ways you have to, unfortunately, carry yourself. There are things that other people can do and you wouldn't do it, whether you like to do that, but for the fact that the position you hold and the lives that you are impacting, you have to think about these things. There are certain things, just like my profession, there are certain things I cannot go and do, regardless of whether I would like to do that. But when I remember, oh, I hold this position, it will be frowned upon. This is what my action is going to do to somebody else's life. I refrain from doing that. And it's high time it's just that people don't want to discipline themselves. All these things, they require work, and people are not willing to do the work. So when these things happen, it impacted a lot of family, and negatively, must I add, because a lot of people are seeing him and holding him at high esteem, just like I did as well. I've always admired him from afar, his family, the way he handles everything. And to know that this sort of thing is coming from him, I was I'm still speechless. I'm praying and hoping that it is a prank, but it is a very disgusting prank if it is, which I doubt it is. But I'm praying, there's a part of me that is praying that, oh, this should be a prank. But I know it isn't. Honestly, it isn't. And if it is, I don't know who his advisors are. He needs to get rid of them, because they are really not advising him the right way. They are really not telling him the right things, because this has brought a lot of turmoil to families. Wives are now, just like you said, everybody's suspicious now. But one thing I have to say to people is that as human beings, in the first place, human beings are flawed. We are flawed, unfortunately. So I don't put my 100% on people. I've always had that, oh, there's a likelihood that this person might disappoint me along the line, whether they mean to or whether they don't mean to. That would then depend on the scenario. So unfortunately, I know women are going to feel some type of way about this whole situation, but there's nothing you can do about it. I would ask people to hold on to their peace. If you know what gives you peace, if you know what gives you joy, hold on to it, because as human beings, we will always disappoint one another, whether we mean to or whether we don't mean to. And it depends on the magnitude of that disappointment. So unfortunately, this will impact families. Men will get it raw from some of their wives, some of their fiancés, whatever relationship you're into, they are going to get it. But it's not going to make anything right. It's not going to change anything. It's not the right way to go about things. From my perspective, it's just going to only bring in unnecessary quarrels. And there are some men who don't know how to handle situation. So you can imagine you giving your man this sort of attack based on what he wasn't even involved in. It's just going to create more chaos in the home. So I just plead with people to be very cautious, mindful of the way they go about certain things and what you hear. Do not let it affect you or impact your home, even though it's easier said than done. But I would encourage people to at least make an effort to not let it impact you negatively, and especially impact the people, your loved ones around you. No matter how much suspicion you might have, when a person wants to do something, they will do it, regardless of how suspicious you are. That's what I can say.
Thank you so much, greatness. Thank you so much. Words on marble. Dupe, you're welcome back. Sorry, your network
Yeah,
was freezing, but we're glad you're
yes, we're
back.
just messing up. I honestly love this last bit of comment. That was honestly what I if there's anything I'm picking from all this today, that very last comment is what I'm going to pick out. Very, very hard, very, very relatable. It did not only mess up with women community, it even messed up with the legal community in Nigeria that seems not strong to back up anybody. It messed up potential homes that people are aspiring to. It's a, the guy didn't know what he put everybody into. And no matter who you are, the first reaction is you are annoyed. In fact, that day, I lost focus in my office. I couldn't do anything there. Because like we all said, this guy so far had no scandal. If it is the likes of them that they are always in and out of scandal, we are used to it. He honestly disappointed every soul world over who knew what he stood for. It was a real shock to me. Now, going forward, if you hastily take decisions in this kind of thing, it is not going to help anybody. We normally look at different pockets of issues. We didn't even hear, see, none of them is speaking. We're all just cutting this story on the surface. Even you didn't tell us the details of what led into it. Forget about what this ranting is doing to cover up. That guy may have been on emotional blackmail list from the other lady. Maybe he can't deal with that. Maybe he quickly wanted to. He did it in the wrong way. I'm not signing it. You could see my reaction. I said he messed up, and he honestly cannot be embraced. Nobody knew what played between them. For God's sake, this baby in question between them before this marriage is well about 3 months. If you are a man and you are that deep to keep a secret of 9 months plus 3 or 4 months of that baby, and then hugging it to pay the bride price, and the lady is hearing on social media, that is a peak of disrespect that any woman can tolerate. But no matter how tantrum we want to throw, does that reverse the wheel? No. What is the way forward? It needs caution. You don't do this kind of thing on emotion. That lady needs to think and x-ray and audit her life and seek support. You know, I've been saying almost the same thing in different ways. Seek support that are healthy, not all of us that are emotional, including myself. She needs beyond that, so that our life that is being planned towards a crash will not crash. All of us will not want to hear a story end like us. Chinashi. Abuse is abuse, no matter how you talk about it. We have how many types of abuse? Emotional abuse inclusive. So our decision, what I'm saying is, our decision is let her cool down and not hastily make any decision. Otherwise, she will be, if she's not disciplined, she will end up as people that will threaten your marriage later. Do me, I do you. If they take my husband, and I can threaten your whole marriage too. Some women will take that stand. It's not everybody that will pull out and remain. Some of them will want to take a revenge on another home. And then it will be a roller coaster. But if she does a calculative decision, maybe at some point the world may be getting somewhere on this kind of messy scenario on women world. Because it's like on women. Otherwise, I see another second wife if she cannot survive. I see another embittered woman who wants to take a pound of flesh on any home. We are all in a potential threat, list in that list of a threatened home. If this lady and a kind of persons in that community will not take the same decision. I don't think this second wife, unless she has got into a marriage before, unless she has 2 children, because I think I read such on social media. Okay, so why won't she, if she can become a second wife, why won't she manage her home originally? Now she has taken a decision, whether she was chased out or she pulled out, she has taken a decision to stay away and then latch on another person. That will not help us. So I'm saying, for me, by my comments of sincerely yours, if a woman has a kind of strong empowerment, I will stay. If she doesn't, well, she needs to find a way around her life, because it might not help. Ultimately, our life is the main thing that every human being in this world, across the globe, our life, meaningful living is what everybody is interested in. And that of those innocent kids that are already suffering mental torture in the hand of an indisciplined father. So I honestly like the way, I think Greatness rounded up. We were entitled to display our emotion. I'm telling you, in the next 2 weeks, many of us who are really upset now, we might see things in a different light. Let me give you one scenario. One of the celebrities, in the first reaction when I saw her talking, she was was annoying and abusing you. 2 days, or maybe yesterday or 2 days back, she has fallen into the category of people who are hailing him for, having a second wife instead of doing a side chick. Is that okay? Is that lady okay? And that is the situation I'm saying that many of us are going to be. Your first reaction, you want to attack. When time have played on it, you find out that your approach may be different. So please, everybody should you're free to hear your comment. This family needs a lot of prayer. This lady needs a lot of solid support to take the right decision. If she goes, okay. If she wants to say, okay. If she, whatever it is okay. It's what suits her. Because it is a totality of her journey with you and you's family, who I am thinking have betrayed her. They may not know. I don't know. But some of them may know. So how many people are we now going to are we going to put on a spotlight here? A family, no matter what, is their son. You are the visitor in a home that you are married to. No matter how they think they like you, when that point comes that they need to take between you and their son, they are likely to take their son, no matter how nice you are. A dilemma of a woman in this kind of a world. So please, that is the way I'm going to stop. Let us know that when you are married, you have gone there, let God help you. If it's working, beautiful. If it looks like it's not working, God will give you wisdom. But even at that, you also need to talk to yourself and put a totality of things into consideration before you can take a decision on what to do. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Dupe. Thank you so much, Dupe. Thank you so much, Dupe. Ishama, do you want to add something to that?
Yeah, I just wanted to say that I agree with what Greatness in you said. I think it took having to listen to everything she had to say to clearly, get another opinion on how she truly feels. And to be honest, I really agree, and I took a lot of nuggets from what you said to work with, because at the end of the day, nobody knows it. We don't know it all in our situations, marriage, whatever it is, the situationship, whatever you have going on for you. I would say this, referring back to the whole, looking or being more insecure, it's kind of like a temporary thing that would happen when you find out or when you see these kind of things happening on social media, because these are people's reality. Like, this is what's going on in May's life right now. It's her reality. And we oftentimes see these kind of things happen, and we, analyze our own lives. We use people's stories, situations to analyze, to check what's going on, check up on our own, situation as well. So it was like a wake-up call for me, seeing it at that first time. It was a wake-up call. I had to start asking questions. I mean, all of this I knew long before I got married. I got married a year ago, but we've been together for God knows how long. This is someone I've really known all my life. And there's already trust. There's trust there. But then, like Greatness said, you can only trust someone to an extent. Even if it's your husband or whoever it is, your spouse, your significant other, You don't. It doesn't have to be 100%. But I know I trust. But then we also still have to be logical and very smart. And in this day and age, women are often gaslighted a lot in relationships, marriages. We go through hell, and these men think it's okay for us to. I mean, they think that life continues. Like that's what Yul is portraying right now. He doesn't give a hoot. He doesn't care. He's going up about his political ambition, while a woman that you married to, that you claim to so love and respect, is behind the scene crying and suffering. There's no telling what she's going through. She's going through an array of emotions right now. And I'm sure the only consolation she has right now is her kids, because, you know, kids will be there to pick you up and help you and tell you, mommy, hey, it's going to be okay. But, like, it's really wild. It's wild and it's very absurd. And to see that a man that we all, like, you know, held accountable to an extent, a man that we all liked, you know, is living this kind of, is doing things, I mean, you know, acting this kind of way. It's very childish, very mature, but I mean, we men, anything is possible. So that's why it kind of like was a wake-up call. I mean, I would say it's a wake-up call for every other person who's married or probably in a serious relationship, to kind of like, hey, you know, slow down. Let's analyze, let's see what's going on. And that was the case for me. By the end of the day, there's trust. I don't see anything, and I will not even go down that route, because at the end of the day, I still value my peace of mind, and I value all of that. Unless I see something that causes concern for me, and trust me, I'm doing so well for myself that I will not stay in a relationship that, you know, that will not give me peace or give me anything that I want. I prioritize that more than anything. As long as I know that I live, life will always be good with or without a man. And that's the mindset every woman, every young lady should have. At the end of the day, your life doesn't revolve around the marriage, a home. It can fail. People fail in marriages and relationships. Doesn't mean that you failed in life. It happens. Move on. Prioritize your life. Prioritize whatever it is that makes you happy. That's the main thing for me. Your happiness, your joy, if it's not tied to a woman, or I mean to a man, or to a home, or to a marriage, there's only too much you can do. There's only too much you can control. The one that you can't control, just leave it there. And if he's messing up or whatever and is affecting you, it's okay to walk away. It's okay to try to fix it first, but if it's not working, it's not working. There's nothing you can do. You really can't change anybody. You can't change a man. I mean, who would have thought that you would be promiscuous? I would not even think that. I would never have stopped to think that. But this is the thing, that this is our reality. Men are men. They do whatever, they act however. And to be frank with you, most of them, they don't care. They don't care how their actions, you know, affect the ones that they love. And this is a very typical example. For him to be able to keep this kind of thing or secret for God knows how long, there's no telling how long the woman has been in the background the whole time. It was a huge blindside on all of us. We're not even married. We're not even in the marriage, but we all see that it's a huge blindside. And I feel so bad for her. And for me, I would recommend her prioritizing her mental health. Whatever it is right now, wherever she is right now, hopefully, I hope she's getting all the help that she needs, because this will really, really mess any woman up, anybody up at all. To mess, I'm not even in the marriage, but it got to me. So, I hope she really prioritizes her mental health. And from the comments that she commented on social media, that one where she said, may God judge you both. I commended her for speaking. Some people will not say anything. They will just let it, walk away. But for her to have that courage to type that kind of thing, because you know how us women, we always like to fix, to endure, to do this, to do that. We'll be suffering in silence. We'll keep quiet. It's not okay. It's okay to express your emotions, to say it how you feel it. That way, that was my cue to know that she's really hurting. That was how I was able to pinpoint that this really, really was a blind side on her, because no woman will write that kind of thing and and still be smiling with the man in the house. Hell no. It's impossible. And that house, I feel like at this point he might not even bring the woman to the house, might not even be living with her, in the midst of his first wife, and I think it's gonna be chaos. And he doesn't know what he has just brought himself and his family into. He's not gonna have peace. There's no polygamous home that has. I haven't heard, but the story is always the same. So now he's gonna really go down. He's going down a very wrong very wrong path, and he doesn't know. He's basking in all his pride and ego, and to be honest, it's so irritating to see and very disgusting. And I just wish that the majority of men that are married do not emulate this, or the youngsters that are coming up do not emulate this toxic behavior, because his behavior right now on social media is highly toxic and very it's very disgusting. That's just how
Thank you. Thank you very much, Isioma. And we're going to round off soon, but I just want to chip this in shortly with a very short story. So I had this friend just about the same age as me. So she was going to get married. So she was going for church marriage counseling. And one of those days, she was telling me what they were teaching them in the counseling. So there's women's counseling, there's the men's counseling. So apparently for that church, I'm not going to name the name of the church. For the women's counseling class, they were telling them that it was more like a do all the work kind of lecture. You are going into the marriage, it is your home. You should do everything it takes to keep your husband, make your husband happy. Of course, I don't know whatever they were teaching the men. But from what my friend told me, it was so much hard work. She got scared. I mean, this is someone she had been dating for the past 5 years. Both of them, they're in love. Like, they're in love with each other. They're obsessed with each other. But the moment she started going for that marriage counseling in church, the things they started telling this girl, she started, like, she was having extra cold feet. At some point, she did not want to get married anymore because, according to her, she felt like what they were teaching was that no matter what your husband does, you are conditioned to love him regardless. Their own interpretation of the kind of love that happens between a man and a woman in a marriage relationship is unconditional love. And it made me wonder that, okay, if that's an kind of love, is the man and the woman supposed to be like Jesus? Whatever you do, just keep on loving. That's it. Just keep on loving. So why am I saying this story? It's that this conversation is really deep. I mean, we can't even finish having this conversation today. There's a lot of factors that's contributing to such a thing happening on a regular, because Yul Edochie's story is not the first. There are so many stories out there that, one person will just wake up one morning and then this kind of thing is happening. And then before you know it, the woman is putting on cryptic messages on social media about how she's about to lose her mind. She wants to go crazy. I mean, the thing is, we don't even know what these people are being told. And then I feel so sad mostly for those ones that are serious church goers. The reason is because those ones, it's like they are entrapped. You are in that community where the ministers in church, and not just in church now, but any religion, basically, there are elders that stand as ministers, and they constantly advise that as a woman, no matter what your husband does, don't go anywhere. Fix your man. Is it possible really to fix another human being? Especially if the other human being is unrepentant, unremorseful, like the person does not see. And you see, that's when we know that a lot of people are damaged. Men, women, a lot of people are damaged. And when you want to know when someone is damaged, is when the person does something this horrendous and they do not see that they've actually hurt another human. So they just feel like they are taking responsibility. According to how Yul put it on his page, he is being a man by taking responsibility for his child, for his new son and his new wife. And then I'm asking myself, okay, what about the other 4 kids and the other woman's hearts? When you married this woman, you have made promises of taking care of her body, her soul, her spirit, her mind. So you just ended up shattering this person now. And now in your mind, you're taking responsibility by trying to rebuild or uphold or take responsibility for another 2 humans. It doesn't really make sense. And he's trying to justify what he has done by that reason. And that is where you know that this man is actually damaged. Forget all the Hollywood movies that you've been watching. It doesn't take you to carry a baritone voice and act like the actor, actor Bose, like when I was growing up, act like the actor in a Nollywood film, and then you come out shining. People are liking you. That man is damaged. And it makes me wonder the enormity and the depth of the damage in his mind, because that kind of human being needs help. So what I'm saying in total is, men, women, we need to equip ourselves. We need to empower ourselves with the right set of people around us. Yes, some people say that therapy is for only people in abroad. No, therapy is for anybody. The fact that you're Black does not mean you don't need therapy. And there was something Dupe said that I actually like, that when things like this happen, it's not the time to be very sentimental or emotional. You need to be logical because there are other people involved. In May's situation now, the kids are involved, right? So you can imagine the burden of decision making on our shoulders now. Do I leave? Do I stay? Whatever thing I do right now, how is it going to affect my kids? What's the impact on the long run? Now, it's a huge burden for her to start thinking about all those things. So that's what we're talking about, having the right kind of people. In May's case now, I wouldn't even advise the family, because these same people, they are the ones that followed the man to go and pay the bride price of another woman. So I'm sorry, but there's no trust anymore for the family, for the man's family. And the truth is, if she comes from the kind of family where she goes to talk to her mom, who is a proper traditionalist, if that is what she is, she will say, hey, forgive your husband, and that. We're not saying don't forgive the man, but then what about the woman? So I don't know. We're just saying that this whole matter, it's a lot. It's not something we can actually discuss completely right now, but there are steps that we can actually take to abate us getting completely crushed by such occurrences. Equip yourselves, ladies and gentlemen, men, women, equip yourselves, empower yourselves. Empowerment does not only have to do with finances. It also has to do with emotional empowerment, mental empowerment. Talk to people. There are people right now watching this conversation that are probably going through the same thing. I think it's time for you to have that conversation with people that actually have your best interest at heart. If you don't have such people around you, seek a professional. Talk to a professional therapist. Talk to a professional that can actually advise you. There are professionals on marriages. I mean, it might sound weird that professional for marriages, but they're actually professional for marriages who do not advise on marriages from the emotional perspective. There are those ones that advise from the logical, from the financial perspective, especially when there are kids involved. And I think that Yul's wife, she definitely needs to seek out such a professional. She should avoid, like a plague, all those celebrities that are coming to come and pay condolence visits to her. Those are our direct enemies, because those ones, they are playing two camps. And I'm sorry, but I don't know all the celebrities one-on-one, but the ones that I have seen today, I mean, I took out time today going on these people's Instagram pages, and I was just seeing a lot of disgusting things. You see one celebrity hyping up you go to the first wife's account, hype her up, go to the second wife. Those people, they are agents of darkness. The devil is surely using them to work overtime. And those people, I'm sorry, but I feel like they're bringing on a curse on themselves. You cannot be trying to create your own public relevance by thriving on people's pain like that. That is evil. That is evil in its purest form. So everybody has said a lot today. Please, we all need to do the right thing for ourselves. As I said to the men on this platform, we are not attacking men. Women are not attacking men. It's just sad that the victim of today's conversation is a female. It could be a man. And we'll still give the same kind of energy when we talk about it. But today, it's about a woman that's been wronged. And so we are saying that because we don't really know what's happening, and nobody will now go and knock on the wife's door and say, oh, come and tell us your own side of the story, what's happening. We're only saying that we take precautions. Women, empower yourselves. Because such situations, they are just too rampant. This week alone, I've read 2 stories, aside from what's her name? May Edochie. Aside from her story, I've actually read 2 stories like this, and it's really sad. It's really sad. And the saddest part of it is most of these women, they are completely clueless. They don't know what to do. And there are some women you see walking on the road. Let me give you guys a for instance. Forget the ones, not even just the ones that drive cars now, but there are women that you see just walking. Look at them. It's like a ghost walking. Their mind is not, it's like they have an out-of-body experience. their mind is not there, they are lost. Because things like this happen, they don't know what to do, they don't know who to talk to. The only thing they hear is when they go to church on Sunday or their place of worship, and the pastor or the pastor's wife is barking in their ears. The Lord says, the Bible says, God did not say you should die for marriage. Please, God did not say any man or woman should die for marriage. I don't think so. I go to church too, but then I choose what I need to follow. The Bible does not say you should die for marriage. For those people who are Bible scholars, I'm sure that those passages that talk about marriage, that explain marriage, would have explained it clearly. There's someone on Instagram that calls himself a minister. He actually brought out some selected portions of the Bible, and I saw it there clearly that the Bible actually agrees that, listen, if you people cannot stay together, it's okay to actually free yourselves on the basis of adultery, right? And in this case, even though the guy ran to go and marry the woman, it's still considered adultery. So I don't know. I think we have to call it a day. We've been here for over 3 hours, but I want to appreciate all of you. Greatness in you. Thank you so much for that words. I call it words on marble that you brought on here. Thank you so much. That was powerful coming from you. I'm sure that a lot of people listening, they have, just like Isioma said, she's taking her own notch at what she needs for herself. Isioma, thank you so much as well. And listen, babe, I want to encourage you. You are the prize. You are the it. Okay? So don't even stress yourself over nothing, all right? Don't stress yourself. And listen, just as you also said, this is someone's reality. It doesn't make it your reality. You've been with your spouse for a long time. You both have trust. So you see all these things that come onto social media, always tell yourself you don't know the full story. So try to separate your own reality from it. Try not to see your spouse. Don't see in them someone else's own reality. All right? Enjoy your youthful marriage. Enjoy it. Babe, enjoy it. Don't even fret. Don't fret. Live your best life because that's what you should do. That's what you deserve. You are a newlywed. So bask in it. Be coming out and be glowing. Just see social media as social media. Because the truth is, at the end of the day, whatever you see on social media, nobody ever brings the 100% fact of what you see.
Yeah, true.
The only thing you can do is you just pick out the lessons from it. Your journey is completely different from social media citizens' journey. Yes, it's completely different. So just enjoy your marriage and have fun with it. Dupe Omiwade, thank you so much. Oh my God. The parent received a lot of dragging today, but then it's fine. We learn every day, and I'm glad that she was still online to, clear the air and give her own perspective, her own opinion. And I like what what's her name, Sandy said. Different things work for different people. People have their own ways of dealing with issues like that, right? So what we don't pray for is for people to actually find themselves in that kind of mess, because trust me, you might never even know what you will even do when you find yourself in that kind of mess. So we don't even pray for such to happen. But for everybody that joined us on here, thank you all so much for a refreshing conversation. Once again, to both of you, greatness. Isioma, thank you all so much. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. Have an amazing Saturday. Bye. Yes. And to Ifeanyi, I think Ifeanyi, there was NBN Network. NBN Network was the first person that spoke with us. I enjoyed that conversation, even though it was brief. Ifeanyi, thank you so much. Your daughter was so beautiful looking. Thank you so much for bringing on your own wealth of knowledge. For everybody that has spoken here, I think there was Abisola. I'm trying to remember the names of the people that actually spoke. Thank you all so much. God bless you all so much. Thanks for joining us. We do this here every Saturday, 3 p.m. WAT. All right. So join us same time, 3 p.m. next week, Saturday. But aside the Saturday conversations, I drop videos on my channel every day. Okay. But if you don't see videos on my channel every day, just know that this girl is trying to rest. Okay. I've had a very, very busy start of the year, and you all know when I really get busy in the year as well. So I decided to take like a getaway and rest for a bit. But that said, thank you all so much for an amazing conversation. I mean, this conversation would have continued, but we've overstayed our time. It's over 3 hours already. And listen, for those of you that are going online to go and support you, there is God, though. There is God. Fear God. For those of you that are jumping camp, you go here, you do. You go here, you do. There is God. Fear God. That's all I have to say. Do enjoy the rest of your weekend. This video is going to be on my channel, okay? So if you have anything to contribute, if you have any comments you want to make, maybe you have things to say that you were not opportune to say, just go ahead and drop your comments in the comment section of the video, all right? That said, have an amazing, amazing weekend. Bye. Hey, stop right here. Don't go anywhere. You are especially welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Glory Elijah, and this right here is Frankly Speaking with Glory. I am the girl with the tea. I give detailed analysis of reality TV shows like Big Brother Naija, like Nigerian Idols, like The Voice Nigeria. You know, basically any reality TV show that actually interests you, it automatically becomes my interest as well. I literally carry off on my head. I give detailed analysis, I give detailed reviews. I run commentaries also because I want us to have fun. I want us to catch cruise. I want us to, you know, vibe to stuff like that. And reality TV shows are not the only kind of content that I put out on my channel. I also do movie reviews. So you see this Glory Elijah of a girl, she's a very, very boring sport. Guys, for real. I am super, super boring. However, whenever I feel like passing my time, you know, just having my own fun, chilling, being in a zen mode, I catch up on movies, which I find very, very interesting or exciting. But also, guys, I love reviewing those annoying ones because, hey, we have to call them out. You cannot come and waste my data. You cannot come and waste my precious time watching some really annoying movies. And I also talk about trending social topics because, of course, this life has to be balanced, okay? It's not all about entertainment and fun all the time. We also need to talk about those serious issues that concerns me, also concerns you as well. You're about to have a blast on this channel. I also share my life experiences from time to time. Yes, that is when people ask me to talk about it. But people don't ask me to talk about it. Sometimes I do not feel the need to talk about it. I like keeping my private things private. But once again, you are welcome to my YouTube channel. And as I told you before, you are in the right space. Trust me, you will be so addicted to this channel. People are going to be asking you, what's happening with you? Are you okay? And hey, don't forget to turn on post notification, all right? That is the best way for you to always receive alerts of my videos. So you see what I'm doing on my screen right now, just do exactly that and you'll be cool.